It's a bright, sunshiny Wednesday, and now Thursday here at the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreational Complex as the Yakima Valley Pippins prepare to take on the Ridgefield Raptors for the third of a three-game series, here to wrap up the middle of the week before taking on a new road test tomorrow up in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Welcome everybody into the Pippins audio stream, both on Mixer and on our YouTube page. My name's Harmon Johnsen. I'm your voice of the Yakima Valley Pippins here in the middle of the week, Thursday afternoon, turning into evening in Ridgefield, Washington, as the Pippins and Raptors get ready to play the third game of this three-game set. Pippins dropping the first two games, both in a very different type of way. The first night, it was 4-1 Ridgefield, scoring those 4 runs on 7 hits and not committing an error. Pippins left 10 men on base in that game on Tuesday night. And then last night, again, the game was tied after 5 innings, but the Pippins dropped it 9-3, allowing 3 straight innings of offense from the Raptors in the 6th, 7th, and 8th innings of that contest last night. 9 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors committed by Ridgefield. The Pippins scoring 3 times, a leadoff or a 2-out home run in the second inning by Derek Almeida got the scoring started, but Pippins just could not get over the hump and take the lead in last night's game after having it early on. The Raptors scored 2 in the third inning after the Almeida home run, and the Pippins never led after that, giving up 4 runs in the 8th inning, which led to the score last night. And now Ridgefield comes into this game with the best record in the West Coast League, 8-3, is on top of everybody else in the WCL. The next best teams are Wenatchee, Nanaimo, and Walla Walla, all with 7 wins. But the Night Owls giving up 7 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning last night to the Bellingham Bells, which would have kept them up at the top of the WCL with the Raptors. But that comeback by the Bells means that Ridgefield is now at the top of the standings in both the South Division and in the entire league. Looking at the rest of the WCL South standings, you have Walla Walla in second place at 7-4 after starting 0-2 against the Pips. Walla Walla has gotten their team here, and they look really good as of late. Corvallis and Marion both sit at 6-4. The Knights walking it off last night on a wild pitch against the Berries. Portland sitting at 5-4. They are playing non-league games last night, tonight, and so they are not moving up in the standings. Yakima Valley down in 6th place at 6-5, still above 500, but only by 1 game. And then the Bend Elks at 3-6. The Springfield Drifters at 3-8 round out the WCL South. In the league's North Division, Wenatchee now at the top of the league, 7-3. Remember, they had 1 game rained out up in Edmonton, so they are down a game compared to everybody else. Nanaimo at 7-4 after the loss last night to the Bellingham Bells, who now sit in 3rd place at 6-5. The rest of the North is below 500. Kelowna and Victoria at 5-6 each. Kamloops at 4-7. Edmonton 3-7. Remember, they are on the other side of that rainout with Wenatchee. And Port Angeles down at the bottom at 3-8 on the year. And so the North Division right now seemingly a little bit weaker than the South, but the South is just a gauntlet. You've got 3 teams with 6 wins. You've got 1 team with 5 wins that's above 500. That's Portland. Walla Walla with 7 and Ridgefield with 8. They're going to send out a very similar lineup to last night, as that was the night that got most of the offense going. Pippins have struggled on the road. They have not been able to hold opponents off the board, except for that Springfield series, which was just an anomaly. Only 3 runs scored in the first game. There were only 2 runs scored by the Drifters in the second, and then 4 in that last game on a Thursday a week ago from today. They will lead off with the third baseman, number 5, Jason Nagler. He is doing well for himself on this weekend. Michael Perazzo is the shortstop. He wears number 10. He will bat second. JT Summers, the first baseman, will bat third and wear number 20 after getting a night off last night. Zach Wattis, who hit a 2-run home run last night, is the left fielder today. He will wear number 23. Isaiah Hearn is the center fielder back in the lineup after a day off yesterday, wearing number 36. He is batting fifth. Jackson Weber is the second baseman today. He wears number 13. He will bat sixth. He got a pinch hit appearance last night. Brock Lightgab is the catcher. He wears number 9. He will bat seventh. Liam Ostrom is the designated hitter, wearing number 24 and batting eighth. And now at the 9 hole tonight, just like last night, is Reed Farrell, the right fielder. He will wear number 16. So again, for Ridgefield, it is Nagler, Perazzo, Summers, Wattis, Hearn, Weber, Lightgeb, Ostrom, and Farrell. The manager is Chris Cota in his seventh season. He is assisted by Nick Allen. Pippins on the other side come into this game at 6-5, 2 games back from first place, 2-3 on the road, trying to get back to 500 away from Yakima County Stadium. They will lead it off with Tyson Miller wearing number 3 and playing center field. Batting second will be the third baseman, Daichi Furuhata, who had a 9 game hit streak snapped last night. He was on base a couple of times, but it was a fielder's choice and an error. And so Daichi has his hitting streak come to an end. He wears number 26. He will bat second. Nick Velasquez plays first base tonight. He will wear number 17, getting a night off last night. Batting cleanup is the designated hitter, number 25, Parker Burt. Burt having a little bit of a cold stretch here as he is 0 for his last 5 at the plate. He will try to get back on track tonight against these Raptors. Batting fifth will be the catcher tonight, number 5, Abel Ramos. Batting sixth is the right fielder, number 15, Luis Garcia. Batting seventh will be the shortstop, number 16, Derek Almeida, coming off of that home run from last night in the second inning. Batting eighth is Malachi Emery Henderson. He is back in left field tonight after turning a double play. And batting ninth will be the only bat that has not seen the order yet so far for the Pips, Cole Hubka, wearing number 6 and playing second base. So again, for the Pippins, it's Miller, Furuhata, Velasquez, Burt, Ramos, Garcia, Almeida, Emery Henderson, and Hubka. Pippins are coached by Kyle Crustangel in his 5th season. Gunnar Ueda Pancheri assists him, as well as Ethan Salscheider. They are both in their first season with the Pips. Interesting pitching matchup tonight. Bodie Ramsey makes his 3rd appearance. He will be making his 2nd start. His first one, only 2 1/3 innings. And so Bodie trying to build off of a better outing. He's given up 4 runs in his 4 2/3 innings, but only one of them has been earned. So that tells you a little bit of the story with Bodie is how well the defense has played behind him or the lack thereof. He has 6 strikeouts, he has 4 walks, and a 193 ERA. The starting pitcher tonight for the Raptors is number 19, Joseph Josso. He is making his first start for the Raptors this year as he will toe the slab, the right-hander for Josso. He will wear number 19. He is, well, actually don't know where he's from. The website doesn't say. So we'll figure it out as the game goes along. Joseph Josso going to face off against Bodie Ramsey, the 2 starters for these 2 squads. Ridgefield taking the field now here at the Turf Ridgefield Outdoor Recreational Complex. Green outfield grass, AstroTurf, infield in a dark brown. Today the Raptors will wear those maroon tops with white lettering in block that says Raptors, white numerals on the back, white pants on the bottom. Pippins wearing their green tops with green hats and gray pants on the road. They will be batting first after the national anthem. The last couple of Raptors being announced here at the field. Crowd still slowly finding their seats. Supposed to be Little League night tonight. There was over 2,000 people in the ballpark last night. Good to see down here in Ridgefield. And we will see how the crowd feels. Excuse me. Got a little bit of a bug right here in my throat. So we're going to make it through this one and then move up to Edmonton. But that might not be the last time I do that tonight. Good thing we got a break coming up. We've got the national anthem. We'll be right back. We're getting ready for Pippins and Raptors game 3 here in Ridgefield. Pippins trying to salvage the series. First pitch is next. This is Pippins baseball. Welcome back to the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreational Complex. My name is Harmon Johnsen. I will be your voice of the game tonight between the Yakima Valley Pippins and the Ridgefield Raptors. Pippins and Raptors playing for the third time this year. This is the 36th meeting all time between these two squads. Ridgefield leads the all-time series 20 to 15, and down here at the Rourke, they lead the series 10 to 7 on a two-game winning streak after Yakima Valley took the last game of the year last year against this Ridgefield squad to end the year on a positive note. Raptors trying to extend a win streak to 6 games. They swept the Port Angeles Lefties. They are on track right now to sweep the Yakima Valley Pippins. Pip's going to try to avoid that as they'll send up Tyson Miller, Daichi Furuhata, and Nick Velasquez to start here in the top of the first. Joseph Yasso from Cal State Fullerton making his first start in the Ridgefield order. He has about 5 replacements behind him, so they're looking to get him through about 4 innings, maybe 5, as he'll have the following behind him in the field. The leather is Wattis in left, Hearn in center, and Farrell in right. Nagler, Perazzo, Weber, and Summers from left to right on the infield from third to first. Brock Lightgeb is doing the catching for Joseph Jasso. Jasso, a big, tall righty out on the hill as he finishes his warm-ups here wearing black arm sleeves underneath the maroon jersey. He's not afraid of the warmer temperatures today here in Ridgefield. Certainly glad that we have those. It was a cool start to this series. There was a brief rain shower that went through, but today, much nicer today. I was out there hitting ground balls for the team, shagging a little bit before the game, and it was warm down on the turf. Tyson Miller approaching the batter's box, as here we go. The Michigan Wolverine, the catcher Lightgeb, ready to catch Joseph Yasso here in the third game of this 3-game series. Thomas Glenn says, let's play ball. Miller digs in that left-hand side, out of the full windup. Yasso, first pitch, kicks and fires a fastball high and away at 6:36 p.m., just a minute behind schedule. 77 degrees here in Ridgefield. Clear skies as the 1-0 pitch rather, down and in, 2 balls, no strikes. Thomas Glenn, the home plate umpire, calling balls and strikes. Jim Courtney out in the field. He wears number 56. 2-0 pitch out of the wind. Tyson takes strike 1 down at the bottom of the zone. The arm looks to be at about 90 on the radar gun for Yasso. Yasso spelled Jasso. Starts his windup with the glove at his chest, steps behind the rubber, now kicks and fires. 2-1. Tyson, a half swing, called a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Coach Crustangel calling time. What is he looking at here? Is starting pitcher Bodie Ramsey coming down the warning track. I don't think that's why he called time, though. He's asking Jim Courtney to come down and talk with his home plate umpire, Thomas Glenn. Could this possibly be about the sleeves that the pitcher Jasso is wearing? They're kind of a navy blue. Krusty having a discussion with both umpires right now. We're 4 pitches into the game, just a few minutes in. Chris Cota coming out to continue the discussion. Both coaches asking what's going on with the umpiring crew. Miller waiting in that left-hand batter's box, having a conversation with Lightgeb, who you can definitely tell is from Michigan. He's got the Wolverine skull cap turned backwards on his head. Coach Panch having a discussion with the first baseman, JT Summers. He's been on a hot tear. Is now Yasso going to go take a warm-up pitch on the hill? Chris Cota starting to depart. Umpires return to their spots. Now we're going to get back to playing. I'll be interested to see what was happening down there on the field as soon as we can get some clarity. So the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. Thomas Glenn refreshing the count here. And now Chris Cota going to come out again to talk with home plate umpire Thomas Glenn. Joseph Hasso, not the start you want. You throw 4 pitches and now you have to wait a couple of minutes while your head coach tries to help you out. There was no appeal. It was Thomas Glenn that essentially called that a ball or a strike rather, but I think that Coach Crustangel may be arguing about a potential pitch timer violation. It's a very deliberate windup for Hasso, who steps basically behind the rubber with his left foot. But that technically is the start of the motion. Thomas Glenn signaled 3-1 as the count. 2-2 still on the count here in the scoreboard. Chris Cota in his 7th season as the manager of the Ridgefield Raptors, continuing the discussion with Thomas Glenn. Now Jim Courtney will slowly walk up the first base line, wondering if he needs to get involved with the conversation. Tyson Miller waiting in the left-hand batter's box to get back to his at-bat. Hasso going to be paused in his warm-ups as Jim Courtney walks across the middle of the field. Now Chris Cota, I think we're breaking up the meeting now. Jim Courtney backing up towards first base. Thomas Glenn back behind the dish. Jim Courtney clearing some things up with his home plate umpire. Still waiting to see what the count is now. It is 3-1. Okay. So the 3-1 pitch out of the windup from Hasso to Miller, cut on and missed. And the count runs full. That was a delay of around 5 minutes trying to figure out what was going on. It's a full count now here to Tyson Miller in his first at-bat of the day as he pounds one slowly up the middle, off the glove of Hasso. He stumbles off the mound, puts a hand on it, but the ball rests on the turf for an infield single. Tyson aboard. He was on base all 5 times last night, building on that. There's Daichi Furuhata. Had the 9-game hit streak snapped last night. Unfortunate play. He had a ground ball out toward short that was ruled an error. And so Daichi loses the hit streak. Out of the stretch, the first pitch. Outside to Furuhata from Hasso. Daichi on the season, batting .368. That's good enough for in the top 15 of the West Coast League. Tyson leaning towards second. A snap throw to first. That was close, but he is back in time. 1 ball, no strikes. Good snap move by Hasso, disengaging from the front of the rubber. Now he comes set at the letters, stepping twice, standing straight up. Tyson dekes a run. Now Daichi going to line it out towards off the ground on second. They throw to second for 1. They throw to first, not in time. Daichi reaches base on a fielder's choice. That was deceptive because you couldn't quite see the bounce off the turf. That's how quickly it hit the ground. It almost looked like a line drive. But it was off the ground. It's a 4-6 put out at second. There's 1 away. And Nick Velasquez, left-handed stick digging in, was 1 for 4 for game 1 on Tuesday. Did not play last night. First pitch bounces to the backstop off the glove of Lightgeb. And now Daichi in at second base. It has a passed ball on the official scoring. Haven't seen one of those yet this season. Or this series, rather. 1-0. Pitchers usually get the benefit of the doubt, but that one was catchable for Lightgeb. 1-0 the count. Daichi at second. The second pitch is on the ground out towards second. Weber going to throw on to first. 2 away. Productive out. Daichi moves up to third. But Nick, out number 2 in the first. Good time for Parker Burt to get out of his slump. 0 for 5 in the series. Pinch hit last night. Struck out without getting the bat off his shoulders. Still batting .484. That's still first in the West Coast League, but that is down from about .560 that it was earlier. Taking a first pitch strike hard of the zone. 0-1. Burt from Mansfield, Texas, playing his 4th season of summer ball, first in the West Coast League. Second in the league in on-base percentage. That has gone down significantly too. 0-1 pitch from Hasso, outside breaking ball, 1-1. Burt with 15 hits. That is now third in the West Coast League. He has not picked up a hit in a couple of games. So the rest of the league catching up to Parker. Hasso set at the letters, a look out towards third. Now the 1-1 pitch. Parker takes downstairs. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pippins have had base runners on in the first inning in both games of this series. Daichi was on in the first game. Obville was on in the second game. The 2-1. Parker on the ground to short very slowly. Perazo gathers. Burt running towards first. The ball spiked and gets away. Parker going to turn towards second. The throw gathered by Summers. The tag applied at second. He is out. Yakima Valley going to score a run, though, as Parker Burt gets on first before forcing himself into an out at second to allow Daichi to come across the plate. Score at 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error. Nobody left on for Yakima Valley. Pippins lead at 1-0 going to the bottom of the first. The Raptors coming up next.
Their neighbors program where it's free down. And Albertsons. There's always ways you can win at the ballpark. Local Southwest Washington Taco Bell's will sponsor the Raptors. Be ready for a free Salute the Supreme coupon anytime the Raptors pitchers strike out 7 or more opposing hitters at a home game. You'll know that free Taco Bell is on the way when you hear. And Hampton Auto Glass sponsors the In and Here sign in center field. Anytime a Raptors player hits the Hampton Auto Glass sign, the player who hit the ball and a random fan in attendance will each win a $20 gift card to every closing of Hampton Auto. Cody Ramsey.
Welcome back to the Rourke. Bottom of the first inning. Pippins lead it 1-0. 1 run and 1 hit there in that first inning. The Raptors committed 1 error as well. Parker Burt brings 1 home. Not an RBI, though, as the error was the reason that everybody came across. And so now Bodie Ramsey toes the slab, the southpaw. 4 2/3 innings under his belt so far. 3 hits, 4 runs, 1 of them earned. 4 walks and 6 strikeouts for Bodie, making his second start, 3rd appearance overall. A 1.93 ERA for the southpaw committed to Georgia Gwinnett College. Jay O'Neill coming from Georgia Gwinnett, now in the portal. Pippins are going to send a left-handed arm down to Gwinnett at the end of the summer. He will face Jace Nagler, Michael Perazo, and JT Summers. As the defense behind him looks like this. Malachi Emery Henderson in left, Tyson Miller in center, and Luis Garcia in right. Furahada, Almeida, Hubka, and Velasquez, 3rd to 1st on the infield. And Ramos doing the catching for Bodie Ramsey. Here's Jace Nagler. Raptors find themselves down by 1. Can't say they've been trailing much at all in this series as Bodie misses high and away with a fastball 1-0. Nagler from Redmond, Oregon, attended Eastern Oregon University, currently on a 4-game hitting streak for Ridgefield. 1-0. Fastball on the outer half. Called a ball by Thomas Glenn. Makes it 2 balls, no strikes. Nagler yesterday, 2 for 5. Scored a run, struck out. Picked up one other hit in this series back on Tuesday. 2-0 from Bodie. A line drive down the right field line. Luis chasing it into foul territory. This is out of play and onto the grass berm. There's strike one. Bodie gets into the count. 2 balls and a strike.
Transfer portal.
Negler with 8 hits on the season so far. Looking to portal out of Eastern Oregon University. 2-1 pitch from Bodie out of the wind as a breaking ball pulled foul past his third base coach. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Negler, one of the top players in the Cascade Collegiate Conference there in the NAIA. One of the leaders here already for the Raptors with his .421 batting average. 2-2 pitch from Bodie. Wave and a miss at the top of the zone. Good start for Bodie. 1 up, 1 down. Here comes Michael Perazo. Perazo also on a hitting streak of his own. 3 games for Perazo. Had a good night last night. 3 for 4 with 3 runs scored. Bodie with the glove in his face. Now he goes into the windup on the third base side of the rubber as the first pitch is hit right on the shoulder. That was a hit by pitch all the way. Don't know why I said foul. Perazo on, 1 away. Improving on a .488 on base percentage for Perazo. JT Summers will hit now for the Raptors. Got the day off yesterday. Raptors didn't need his bat, but he is one of the best bats in the West Coast League. 1 for 3 on Tuesday. He's batting .405 on the season. First pitch from Bodie out of the stretch is a slow breaking ball over at the bottom of the zone. 0-1. Summers second in the league in hits with 15. Second in the league with RBI with 13. Pick off over to first, and in plenty of time, Perazo back in. He's also 4th in the league in total bases with 24. He's been on base in 8 straight games. He's gotten a hit in 5 straight, or has gotten multiple hits in 5 games so far this year. 0-1, another breaking ball. This one too far downstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. So his team getting the win yesterday despite Summers' bat not being in the lineup. Shows you how put together this Raptors team is here at the start of the season. 1-1 pitch. Fouled straight back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bodie really sticking with the slower velocities here to JT Summers. He's got 2 home runs on the season. He's also got 3 doubles. So a third of his hits are for extra bases. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, man at first. Bodie sends a fastball outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1-0 Yakima Valley. Michael Perazo on base with a hit by pitch. Summers in the right-hand batter's box, standing tall. Bodie brings home a 2-2. It's sent foul off to the right and into one of the other fields here at the Rourke. You've got a couple more diamond-like fields that can be used for baseball or softball. You've got a soccer pitch off to our left. Of course, the football field over at Ridgefield has another foul ball off on the right side. It's still 2-2. A fan in the berm might have got it. No, it goes on to the other field. Good fight being put up here by JT Summers. Pips trying to find a ball on the ground here. Ramsey set at the belt, takes a look to first. 2-2 pitch. Summers swings through an upstairs fastball. 2 strikeouts in the first inning for Bodie Ramsey. 2 away for Zach Wattis. Wattis, the lefty, had a big night last night. 2 for 4 with a double and a home run. He also had 3 runs driven in. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch, a breaking ball roped into right field, down for a hit. Garcia over to it. He's going to throw towards the middle of the diamond. The throw is into third. It pulls Daichi off the bag. First to third goes Perazzo. Wada stays put at first. Runners at the corners, 2 away for the Raptors as they try to tie or take the lead here in the bottom of the first. Well, Wattis did not wait at all. Saw a pitch he liked and immediately took it to right field. Isaiah Hearn, another guy that got a day off yesterday. He went over 1 with 2 walks on Tuesday. First pitch out towards left field. Malachi freezing, now backing up 2 steps. He makes the catch, and the threat is over for the Raptors. 2 left on, nobody scores. There was 1 hit, there were no errors. After an inning of play, Pippins lead it 1-0. Time to add on in the top of the second. We'll be right back to the Rourke.
Our team will be heading down for their next 2 years in the Marion. Raptors will return to the next Friday, June 19th. Will be our first Kids Club member day. No, all Kids Club members get free tickets to the game. Plus, you'll get an opportunity to go onto the field with the Raptors for the national anthem. Saturday, June 20th is another Chick-fil-A Saturday. All fans in attendance will leave the game with a free Chick-fil-A entree card. You'll pick those up when you exit the ballpark. Thanks to our friends at Chick-fil-A Cascade Park and Chick-fil-A Vancouver Mall Drive for making Chick-fil-A Saturdays a possibility. Then wrap up the weekend against the Walla Walla Sweets by spending Father's Day at the ballpark Sunday, June 21st. All kids will get in for free thanks to Delta and the Columbian. All the dads and attendants will be invited off the field before the game for a group photo. We'll also have bounce and battle with a humming Hawaiian shake.
Welcome back to the Rourke. Pippins lead it 1-0 after an inning of play. Abel Ramos, Luis Garcia, and Derek Almeida due up here in the second to face Joseph Hasso, making his first start of the season. California native coming up to Ridgefield, Washington to play his summer season. Ramos had a good night last night as Hasso finishes up his warm-ups. Longer warm-up period. He's utilizing the entire time between innings here. Ramos with 3 hits last night. That kept him in the lineup today as a throw down to second by Lightgeb gets all the way to the warning track and to the wall. So center fielder Hearn will chase it down and dispose of it properly. Just a bit outside for Lightgeb trying to send it down to second. Abel Ramos, 3 singles to start his night last night. One of them he drove in a run on. He stole a base also. First pitch, he pounds one in the ground out to short. Perazzo scoops it off the turf. The throw across the diamond. 1 pitch, 1 out for Hasso in the second. Luis Garcia hits next. Had to track down a fly ball that got down for a base hit in the first inning. Now he gets a chance to poke one out anywhere. Luis 0 for 3 in the series, but he's drawn 2 walks as the first pitch he sees is a strike on the inner half. 0-1. Native of New York, New York. Boy, is that a hotbed for sports right now. 0-1 out of the windup. Garcia, a line drive over the head of Weber at second base and through the gap to right center field. Garcia turns first. He's going to try for second. He'll be in standing up. A double with 1 away for Luis Garcia. Pippins have a man in scoring position, only 1 away here in the top of the second. 2 hits already for Yakima Valley. A single and a double. Here's Derek Almeida, who had a home run last night in this very inning. There were 2 away in the second when Almeida, who was the 7-hole hitter like he is tonight, went yard out towards left center field. A look out towards second. The first pitch to Derek, a strike on the inner half, down at the knees. What are you talking about? New York. The Knicks lead it 3-1 in the NBA Finals. Now, I don't watch the NBA, but some of the things I've seen from New York City on video with the finals back in town, holy moly. 0-1. Derek lays off a breaking ball downstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. I did see something that apparently Victor Wembanyama was threatened today or yesterday when he was at the hotel and eggs were thrown at him. That's just crazy. See all the memes of New York's going to burn down if, regardless of the outcome in this finals. 1-1. Almeida a mile high on the infield. Who wants it? Coming in the third baseman, Nagler. He stands in front of the mound. He does drop it. Almeida runs through the bag at first. He is safe. That's a tough ball to handle for Nagler coming all the way in front of the dish. Almeida almost didn't run that out. He's safe, though. There's 2 on and 1 away. Here's Malachi Emery Henderson, called an E5. Malachi digs in for the first time on the left side, swinging and missing down at the bottom half of the zone. He's been in a funk, and he attributes it a little bit to not knowing where his head is when he's swinging. It's kind of like when you're golf swing. Keep your head down. Same thing with a baseball. You want to see the ball make contact with the bat. He's got 2 on and only 1 away, and a chance to really get out of that slump. Hasso brings it. Malachi a high chop over towards first. Summers backing up. He bobbles it, and everybody's safe. High chop on this bouncy turf. They're going to give Malachi an infield single. Bags are juiced for Yakima Valley. There's only 1 away. What a chance for Cole Hubka to make his Pippins debut. Hubka joining the team before we departed for the road trip. Hasso in some trouble here. First pitch, outside, ball 1. Cole Hubka from Wilsonville, Oregon, 5'11", 170 in the right-hand batter's box, playing second base today. Lead runner is Garcia at third. 1-0. Hubka, half swing. Did he go? They appeal to Jim Courtney. No, he did not. Pitch was downstairs. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Corner infielders playing in. Middle infield playing back. Double play against Ridgefield out of the side. Hubka looking for anything into the short part of the outfield. 2-0. Takes inside. 3 balls, no strikes. Nowhere to put Cole Hubka. Top of the order looming for Yakima Valley. Tyson Miller would love a chance to hit with the bags juiced. Hubka can be patient here. Hasso looking at third. The 3-0 pitch. Inside, ball 4. The Pippins extend the lead to 2-0 on a 4-pitch walk drawn by Cole Hubka. So Hubka is still without a batting average, but he's got an RBI. And now a visit going to be made on the mound by the Raptors. Hasso in a world of trouble right now. Pippins have the top of the order coming up. Miller and Furahada with only 1 away. Almeida got on with an error. He's at third. Malachi got on with an infield single on a high chop to first. He is at second. Cole Hubka drawing a walk in his first plate appearance as a Pippin. And now Tyson, who got a single back in the first, trying to blow the lid off of this one early on in this contest. Thomas Glenn resets, and now we're ready to play. Hasso now looking at Almeida at third. Tyson back up the middle. Will it sneak through? It does, into center field for a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes Malachi around third. He dives in safely. Tyson Miller, a 2 RBI single. The Pippins lead it 4-0 here in the second. Pippins blitzing the Raptors early. Tyson took it right back where it came from. Almeida scores. Malachi scores. Hubka stops at second as the throw came into third. Daichi's turn to get in with the hit parade here. Pips have 3 of them so far in the frame. 4-0 Yakima Valley. First pitch. Daichi back up the middle. This is slowly out to second. Weber steps on the bag for 1. The throw on to first. It's a double play, but not before the Pippins do more damage. 3 runs on the board, 3 hits as well. Give it 1 error and only 1 runner left on base. Yakima Valley leads it 4-0 going to the bottom of the second. We'll be right back here in Ridgefield.
One error. And 1 man left on base at the end of the inning, which the Pippins and the Raptors. Well, friends from Amplified Renovations are with us tonight at the ballpark. If you're looking to transform your home, Amplified Renovations specializes in thoughtful, high-quality remodeling throughout Southwest Washington, as well as the Portland metro area. Stop by their booth down the left field line and find out how Amplified Renovations can help you with renovations worth running home for. Pro Caliber Vancouver is a proud supporter of the Ridgefield Raptors and all the collegiate athletes. Pro Caliber says, "Let's go, Raptors." The Current is C-Trans on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas in Clark County. Use it to connect to other destinations in the county. Learn more at findthecurrent.com.
Welcome back to the Rourke. Bottom of the second inning here in Ridgefield. The Pippins lead it 4-0. Raptors will send up 6, 7, and 8 in their batting order, starting with Jackson Weber, the second baseman. Pippins got 3 runs on 3 hits and 1 Ridgefield error in the second inning. They've left 1 man on base so far tonight. Jackson Weber got a pinch hit appearance last night. He went 0 for 1 flying out. First pitch from Bodie Ramsey, now up by 4. Misses high and away for ball 1. Weber, an Arizona State commit coming out of Phoenix. 125 batting average. This is his 5th game with the Raptors. 1-0 from Bodie. Downstairs, just a touch. 2 balls, no strikes. So Weber got the courtesy at bat last night to try to get him comfortable for today. 2-0. Sends one out towards right center field. Is anybody going to get there? The answer is no. A home run by Jackson Weber gets the Raptors on the board. It's now 4-1 as Weber goes right center field and out of here. So the shutout is over for Bodie, but still up by 3. Call it 401 feet off the bat of Weber. Pippins' outfield wasn't chasing it very hard. That's how you knew it was gone. 5th run surrendered this year by Bodie, as now he faces Brock Lightgeb. First pitch, a breaking ball outside, 1-0. Bodie asking where that pitch missed, but Thomas Glenn wasn't looking. And so Bodie asked the question, never got the answer. 1-0. Ramsey fires a fastball right at Almeida at short. 1 away. Lightgeb down on a lineout. Liam Ostrom, the designated hitter, will hit now. Ostrom has not seen any action in this series. Local product, though. First pitch breaking ball for a strike. Ridgefield native. Very familiar with the Rourke. Home of the Ridgefield High Sputters, as he sputters on a pitch there, 0-2, swinging through it. Of course, the sputter we mean is like a potato. They had the mascot here the other night for Ridgefield School District night. Very unique. 0-2 from Ramsey. Breaking ball poked off the end of the bat out towards Hubka at second. He gloves it. He sends it to first. 2 away. 4-3 the putout. And now Reed Farrell, the number 9 hitter. Farrell 1 for 4 in the series. Has an RBI and a run scored. He's batting 167 on the year, but limited action. He's only played in now this his 3rd game. First pitch. There's a strike at the bottom of the zone to Farrell. Bodie trying to settle in after the long home run given up to Jackson Weber to start this inning. 0-1 breaking ball drops right in the bucket. It's 0-2. Bodie looking really good so far. The only blemish, the home run by Weber. Glove in the face. 0-2 on the way from Bodie Ramsey. Breaking ball on the ground. Daichi will glove it. Foul. Thomas Glenn threw his arms up, saying that was a foul ball. It was close. Daichi would have made the play. He backhanded it very well and sent it across the diamond with some authority. Velasquez picked it as well, but Farrell had stopped running when he heard foul ball. The count still 0-2. Bodie sends it home. Wave and a miss on an outside fastball. 3 strikeouts for Bodie Ramsey as we're through 2 innings of work here at the Rourke. 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors and no Raptors left on the base paths. Ridgefield scores. Yakima Valley still leads. 4-1 to the 3rd inning we go here in Ridgefield.
Going on here to explain. Congratulations to our contestants in the human ring toss. You want a prize from McDonald's. It's a Happy Meal. So folks, Les Schwab is proud to sponsor the Ridgefield Raptors. Whether you're heading back home or getting set to go on a summer adventure, Les Schwab is always here for you at leschwab.com. New picture. Thank you. 14. One more. Harrison Hobart. Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Raptors, Steve Harrison Hobart. He's an old guy, too. What's your 24? I see 14.
Top of the 3rd inning, and the Pippins have 4 runs on the board. That means that a new arm has come into the game as Hasso's night is done after 2 innings, 3 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. The new arm is Harrison Hofarth, who actually pitched with the Pippins a couple of games at the end of the year last year. Nanaimo is his 1 outing on May 30th. 1 2/3 innings he's worked, 2 hits, 2 runs. They were both unearned. 2 strikeouts as well for Hofarth, a native of Vancouver, Washington. So another local guy into the game for the Raptors. Pippins will send up 3, 4, and 5 in their order to face Hofarth, the lefty. Only 28 pitches thrown for Hasso. As the first pitch, outside, lefty-lefty matchup, Hofarth. Into the game now. 1-0 to Velasquez, who grounded out back in the 1st inning. Next offering from Harrison, outside, 2-0. I didn't get to know Harrison much last year. He was only with us for a few games towards the end of the year, pitching down in Cowlitz. 2-0, quick wind-up, and he pumps a fastball by Nick Velasquez, 2-1. He was an incoming freshman last year, so he's got a year of college ball under his belt. The fastball seems to have become a little more firm. Hofart standing on the 3rd base side of the rubber, now into the full windup. 2-1 pitch, fouled back into the netting. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Velasquez. Final line for the starter, Hasso, gives up 4 runs, 2 of them earned, thanks to 2 errors by his field. 2-2. Velasquez got a piece of it at the plate, and so he stays alive. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Parker Burt going to go chase the loose Pearl down. He's still behind the backstop. Velasquez digs in. Now Parker's standing on the wrong side because Thomas Glenn put the ball in play. Parker's saying, "What do you want me to do?" Your home plate umpire had started the clock. Jim Courtney ushering him back to the proper on-deck circle. Now Hofarth can deliver the 2-2 pitch. Glove at the stomach. At the windup, the 2-2. Velasquez foul on the left side, out of play. We'll do it again. I mean, Parker was just doing the best he could. He saw the signal of the wind, so he just stayed put. 2 balls and 2 strikes, still the count to Velasquez. Hofarth winds and fires. 2-2, straight back into the netting. And so we'll do it again. 8th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. Hofarth and Velasquez, lefty-lefty matchup to start it out of the pen. I only counted 5 available pitchers on the Ridgefield lineup card. So we'll see how long Hofarth can go tonight. 2-2, Velasquez again into the netting. Putting up a great fight here. New pearls being delivered to Thomas Glenn. Ball boy drops a couple, but eventually they all are in the possession of Thomas Glenn. Hofarth waiting up there on the hill patiently. Slight infield shift for a pull for Velasquez. 2-2 again. 9th pitch, breaking ball, top of the zone. It stays up there. And so the count runs full. This will be the 10th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. Velasquez, if nothing else, driving up the pitch count for Harrison Hofarth out of the bullpen. Battery ready, the payoff pitch. Fastball blown right by Nick. Long at bat, won by Hofarth. That's the first strikeout tonight by a Pippins bat. And so now Parker Burt will come up to hit. Burt reached on an error in the first, but then tried to advance to second, where he was thrown out. That did bring the run home. Daichi crossed the plate in that first inning. First pitch to Parker. Fastball drilled out towards right center field. He's looking up. This ball is well gone. Parker Burt, his first long ball of the year. He breaks out of the 0 for 5 slump. And the Pippins get the run back that they gave up in the bottom of the second. 5-1 the score as the Pippins re-extend the lead to 4. 375 feet for Parker Burt. Good to see him go yard. Now Abel Ramos. Right back where it came from, into the glove of Harrison Hofarth. He's going to flip underhanded onto first. Look what I found up on the mound, 2 away. Luis Garcia will hit now. Derek Almeida cleans up the bat from Ramos. He's the on-deck hitter. Luis Garcia doubled back in the second. He was one of 3 runs that scored. Pippins have plated a run in every frame so far. First pitch, high and away. Ball 1. Good to see the offense working so far through 3 innings. Time to keep the foot on the gas. 1-0, down and in. Garcia bails out, 2-0. Luis, I mentioned from New York, talked a little bit about the Knicks in his last at-bat. Me personally, I'd love to see the Spurs win. 2-0, a high fly ball into very shallow center field. Shallow enough that one step beyond the infield cut, Perazo, the shortstop, will make the catch. Parker Burt picks up a solo shot. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, no Pippins left on base after 2.5 innings. It's Yakima Valley 5, Ridgefield 1. You're listening to Pippins Baseball.
great ballpark in France. Oh, the bird not really. Stop down third base line. You guys aren't really the classic here. Your Raptors, Vinny Hall. Step up to the plate. Come on, real estate. You're the lowest lost star teams. Life. Rentals and mortgage lending. You're trying to score big in the real estate market. Make sure to include the Rose Real Estate Group in your lineup. The Odom Corporation is the Raptors' domestic beer partner. Spring Clark County since 1990. And if you like free food, why not take on the McDonald's app? You earn points towards free sandwiches and more, along with daily deals to help you save. You order using the app, skip the drive-through line, right to the curbside option. That and much more with the McDonald's app. I love it. 5-1. Parker Burt.
Welcome back to the Rourke. Yakima Valley leads it 5-1 here in the bottom of the third inning. Pippins will face Jason Nagler, Michael Perazzo, and JT Summers. The top of the order here in the third for the Raptors. Bodie Ramsey back to work, fires a breaking ball in, drifting back Hubka into shallow right field. He makes the catch. One pitch, one away in the third for Bodie. Job by Cole, reading where that ball was going. Now Michael Perazzo, who was hit by a pitch back in the first, digging in for his second trip to the plate.
Bodie Ramsey, ticket starter, back out there for the third inning.
Beautiful Thursday night here in Ridgefield, Washington. First pitch, a fastball, called a strike at the knees from Bodie Ramsey to Perazzo. Pippins enjoying the score right now, enjoying the weather right now, because tomorrow, actually very early on tomorrow, they'll make the trip up to Edmonton. Breaking ball outside, 1-1. It's going to be a very early morning, followed by a long day of travel, and then a ball game to cap it off up there in the farthest north team in the West Coast League. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ramsey fires a fastball inside, got away from Ramos. 2 balls and a strike. It's about a 5-hour drive up to Vancouver, BC, crossing the border there really early this morning, and then, or tomorrow morning. 2-1, chopped on the ground out towards second. Hubka takes it on 3 hops, has to get it out quick. He does. 2 down, both plays made so far by Hubka here in the third. JT Summers will hit. Pippins have, I believe it's around an 11 a.m. flight out of Vancouver to get to Edmonton. It's about a 2.5 to 3 hour trip. First pitch. There's a strike right at the knees, 0-1. That means we'll get to Edmonton. You lose an hour, so about 2:30, 3 o'clock, maybe 4 o'clock at the latest. High and away, ball 1. Game scheduled for 7:05 local time there. That's Mountain Time. 1-1, Bodie out of the windup. Breaking ball, no fastball. Got ahead of myself there. 2-1. It's going to be a very interesting trip. 2-1. Breaking ball roped out towards left field. Malachi drifting back on the track. He makes the catch. And the Raptors are retired in order. A couple of plays out to second. Malachi Emery Henderson makes a catch in left. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left on. We are through 3 here at the Rourke. Pippins 5, Raptors 1. Middle innings are next. You're listening to Pippins Baseball.
The Columbian is short, community connection. They have to take it on the latest local source. Subscribe today, sport and full coverage for news that matters most. With your band. Visit www.columbian.com. Sign up for a free newsletter. A summary of the headlines daily That's www.columbian.com. Go Raptors. Papa Murphy's is the official pizza sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors. The best fresh-made take and bake pizza hot from your oven. Visit the Ridgefield location in Pioneer Village for love at 425 degrees. That's Papa Murphy's. I just noticed that. Of course, it's the writing. So maybe just be the envy of your friends and neighbors with Quantum Fiber Internet. Quantum Fiber, you'll enjoy the impressive power of fiber optic internet capable of powering every device in your home. Quantum Fiber from AT&T. Learn more at quantumfiber.com. Yeah,
Harrison Hofarth wrapping up his warm-up pitches here in the top of the fourth inning. He is getting ready to work his second frame after the starter, Joseph Hasso, went 2 innings, giving up 3 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. Harrison Hofarth going to face 7, 8, and 9 in the Yakima Valley order, starting with Derek Almeida. Pippins enjoying a 4-run lead right now. The only run for the Raptors coming on a home run by Jackson Weber. Pips have hit a home run as well tonight. Parker Burt got one out to right center field. Almeida reached on an error back in the second inning as he ropes one into left field, down for a base hit on the first pitch he sees in the fourth. Derek on for the second time today. Pippins continue to have paths full of Pippins. Malachi Emery Henderson with a single back in the second. Good to see him pick up a hit any way he could get it. He'd been in a 0 for about his last 15 coming into today. First pitch upstairs to Malachi, 1-0 from Hofarth. There's a bounding ball to first that took a trampoline-type bounce off of this turf. 1-0, Almeida leaning. The pitch caught the outer black. It's 1-1. Getting close to the hour mark in this contest. We've played 50 minutes so far, getting started at 6:36. Hofarth not yet in the set position. Takes a look at first. Now he comes set at the belt. Fires home a 1-1. Malachi swings through it. The count moves to 1-2. Cole Hubka waits on deck. Does not have an at-bat yet for the Pips. He walked in his first plate appearance and drove home a run because the bags were loaded. Hofarth sends it plateward. 1-2. Called strike 3 on the inner black. Malachi a little bit distraught with himself. Harrison Hofarth picks up his second strikeout. 1 away, 1 on for Cole Hubka. Hubka with a two-toned bat. The only reason it is two-toned is because the bat grip extends halfway up it. Foul ball at the plate, swinging on the first pitch, 0-1. It's a all-black wooden stick, but the red bat tape goes just about as high up as it can go. No balls, 1 strike. Almeida over at first. Hofarth has not yet checked over. He sends an 0-1 plateward, and it's a ball high, 1-1. Hubka playing second base today. Primary position. He can also play the other infield spots, though. 1-1. He lines one out towards right center field. This is going to get down in front of Farrell. Stopping at second will be Derek Almeida. Cole Hubka, 1 for 1 as a Pippin. He's been on base both times. Runners at first and second. There's only 1 away. Time for the top of the order to do good things again. Tyson Miller has 2 hits today. Pips have scored in every inning so far, trying to continue that trend. First pitch, Tyson takes down and away, ball 1. Hofarth now at 24 pitches on his outing. Starter Hasso only went 27, going 2 frames. 1-0, Tyson back into the screen. It's 1-1. Bodie Ramsey on the other side, only throwing 36 pitches so far through his 3 frames. Hofarth. 1-1 the count, 1 out. Tyson, after a short slump, down at the bottom of the order, back at the top. He's been on base 7 of his last 7 times. Both runners go. The play is going to go down to third, and pulling off the bag, Negler. The throw from Lightgib high. The pitch was upstairs. It's ball 2. A double steal by the Pips. Almeida into third. Hubka into second. 2 in scoring position for Tyson Miller. Good chance here for Tyson. He's already got 2 RBI on the day. 2-1 from Hofarth. Down, but called a strike. 2-2. Thomas Glenn giving that bottom outside corner. So now Tyson will have to go to work here at 2-2. Again, Tyson's been on 7 of the last 7 times he's been up. 3 hits, a couple of walks, an error. 2-2. Curveball spiked on the outer half. Count now runs to 3-2. First base is open. Daichi Furuhata waits on deck. Harrison Hofarth's pitch count getting up there. Payoff pitch. Tyson fouls this off his body. It goes into the field of play. He is down in a heap right now. I think more of that was just getting an awkward swing, an awkward angle, but it definitely got a piece of his lower half. Training staff talking with Coach Krusty as they make their way to the left-hand batter's box. Tyson says he's okay. He doesn't want to be looked at. Coach Crustangel making sure that his center fielder's all right. Miller says he's good. He does wear a shin guard up on the front foot, but the way he's flexing, this looked like it got him in the back foot. Count still alive. It's 3-2. Hofarth sends home the payoff. Tyson softly into center field, drifting back to shortstop Perazo. He will make the catch. Twisting around, he sticks the leather up and finds the baseball. So 2 away. Daichi Furuhata trying to bring home a pair. Hofarth at 30 pitches, 10 of them came against Nick Velasquez, the first batter he faced. Pips trying to score in every frame. They got 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third. 2 outs, runners at second and third here in the fourth. Daichi takes a first pitch strike on the outer half, 0-1. Bodie Ramsey getting ready for his 4th inning of work down in that Pips dugout. They currently lead 5-1, looking for more. 0-1, Daichi swings through an inside pitch. It's now 0-2. Again, Daichi's 9-game hit streak ended last night. He reached base twice, but neither one of them were a hit. It was a fielder's choice and an error. Behind in the count here, needing to fight. You've got Almeida at third, Hubka at second after a double steal. The 0-2 pitch from to Daichi is cut through and missed. Harrison Hofarth strikes out a third batter, and that will end the Pippins' threat. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on the base paths. Pippins fail to score for the first inning of the night. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 5-1 Yakima Valley here in Ridgefield.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Raptors would thank our members. for them. A number of law enforcement, fire, medical personnel. Stand for a moment so that we can recognize you for your service. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for all you do for all of us. From kitchens and bathrooms to whole home remodels, Amplified Renovations delivers renovations worth running home for. Visit amplifiedrenovations.com.
Pippins lead at 5-1 as we're in the bottom of the fourth inning. I'm Harmon Johnsen, your voice of the Yakima Valley Pippins. It's 7:35. We're an hour into the contest. Yakima Valley's Bodie Ramsey will face 4, 5, and 6 in the order. Zach Wattis, Isaiah Hearn, and Jackson Weber. Zach Wattis, 1 for 1 today. He was left stranded in the first. Hit a hard single out to right field that allowed Michael Perazzo to get to third. But that's where the threat stopped in the first inning. Pippins have added on 4 runs since then. Lefty-lefty matchup. Bodie back to work. First pitch. Fastball, heart of the plate, 0-1. Good to see Bodie get into the fourth inning here. He struggled with the walks down in Springfield last Thursday. Was only able to make it into the third inning. 0-1 pitch. Just a bit down and away. It's 1-1. Wattis, of course, hit a home run and a double last night. Dangerous hitter at the plate. 1-1 breaking ball down and away. 2-1. Tried to get Wattis to chase. He decides he's going to stay on dry land, avoid fishing. 2-1, Bodie working quickly. There's a breaking ball, enticing enough to coax a swing. 2-2 to Zach Wattis. Ramsey just now to 40 pitches. What does number 41 have in store? The 2-2 pitch on the way. Fastball rides inside, gets the back elbow of Zach Wattis. That's the elbow he does not have any padding on, grimacing as he takes off the front elbow guard. Just a fastball that rode inside from Bodie. Second batter he has hit today. He is telling the training staff he's all right. He's just going to try to shake out the left arm. Isaiah Hearn digs in. Umpires making sure that Wattis is okay as he walks slowly down to first, talking with his first base coach. He now steps on first base. He is all right. Let's see if Bodie can find a ground ball here. Isaiah Hearn flew out to left to end the first inning. Ramsey back to the set position. Runner takes off. They have him picked off. Velasquez throws down to second. The slap tag applied in time. Velasquez to Almeida, despite a bobble over at first by Nick, fires a dart to Derek, who slaps it down on the front arm. First pitch moving for Wattis after the hit by pitch. He is picked off. Call it 1-3-6 on the pickoff. Now the first pitch comes in to Hearn, and he handcuffs himself, fouling it back to the screen. That's a big out if you're Bodie Ramsey. Back to the windup for Bodie. Hearn waits in the left-hand box. Breaking ball, just a bit outside, 1-1. Bodie trying to nibble at the corners, just haven't quite gotten the call yet tonight. 1-1, breaking ball, over the heart of the plate, 1-2. Bodie going back and forth between the heat and the breaker. Glove in the face. 1-2 pitch. Another breaking ball. This is skied out towards very shallow left center field. Drifting back, Almeida, the shortstop. Malachi's going to let it bounce, and it goes behind him. Derek gave way to the left fielder at the last second. It drops in for about as shallow of a double as you're ever going to see. That thing probably couldn't have gotten more than 110 feet away from home plate. It was skied so high. So now man in scoring position and one away. Jackson Weber went yard back in the second inning. First pitch fouls it straight back. It's 0-1. Weber obviously seeing the ball pretty well right now. Not wasting any time. His first pitch in the second left the yard. Weber, a very talented high school senior, going to Arizona State. Staying in his home state. 0-1 upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Calls his hometown Phoenix. Playing up here in Ridgefield, Washington for the summer before joining the Sun Devils. A look out to second. Bodie sends in a 1-1. It's fouled away behind us. Now 1-2. Good breaking ball by Bodie. Caught Weber just a little bit out in front and off the end of the bat. Weber waits patiently. Bodie standing on the third base side of the rubber, coming set at the belt. Doesn't look to second. Here's the 1-2. It's dropped by Ramos. It was high and away, 2-2. Humville trying to bring it back over the plate, trying to frame it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Weber waiting. Ramsey takes 2 looks at second. Breaking ball on the ground to third. Daichi stabs it on the way by. He throws across the diamond. Nice play by Furuhata. That ball took a wicked hop out towards him. He's able to look back the runner Hearn and get the second out. Now Brock Lightgib will hit. 2 away, man at second. He lined out to Almeida as the first out after the Weber home run in the second. First pitch takes a breaking ball in around the knees, 1-0. 5 runs, 7 hits so far for Yakima Valley. 1 run on 3 hits. A double here in the fourth is the most recent of those 3 for the Raptors. 1-0 from Bodie. Fastball outer half, called a strike, 1-1. Bodie with 3 strikeouts. Still no walks tonight. He has hit 2. He's surrendered a single, a home run, and a double. 1 run has come home to score. 1 ball and 1 strike. A look out towards second. The 1-1 breaker, a bit too far below the knees, 2-1. Pippins in the top of the 5th inning will have 3, 4, and 5 due up, starting with Nick Velasquez. Bodie looking for out number 3 here. 2-1. Lightgib takes high. Count now very favorable for the catcher from Michigan. The Wolverine actually wearing his Michigan batting helmet. Stands out against the maroon of the jersey top. 3-1. Changeup inside, called a strike. The count runs full. Bodie breaking out the off speed here against Brock Lightgib, the catcher. Man at second is Hearn. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bodie sends home the payoff. It is outside, ball 4. First walk issued by Ramsey today. Comes in a full count with 2 out to put 2 men on ahead of the designated hitter. Liam Ostrom grounded out to second, back in the second. Ostrom standing tall in the right-hand batter's box. Slowly gets into his crouched batting stance. First pitch, right over the middle, 0-1. Ostrom asking where that was. Looked pretty good from here. Ramsey gets it started on the right foot. Now he comes set at the belt. 2 men on. The 0-1 is served foul into the netting. A breaking ball sent straight back. It's now 0-2. That ball drifting over towards the Pippins dugout. Someone will grab the loose change. Thomas Glenn holding up play right now to do so. Now we go. Ramsey wants a new baseball. Bodie looking good so far through 3 2/3 innings. He's got 2 men on right here. Just looking for one more out. He's got a very favorable count. No balls and 2 strikes. Ramsey looks to second. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball outside. 1-2.
All one.
Bodie with a big looping breaking ball that time. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bodie looking around the base pads. Here it comes. It's a mile high on the infield. Who wants it? Bodie coming in. He's calling everybody off. The pitcher makes the play. Bodie Ramsey does it himself to end the fourth. A pop-up to the pitcher. No runs and 1 hit. No errors. 2 men left on for the Raptors. We go to the 5th inning. 5-1. Yakima Valley leads it here at the Rourke.
Find out. Opportunity there. False. Last that's great. Down. Get off the field. Staff, come get on this game. Gotta go to Pippins. Right now, the starting end goes to Bodie Ramsey. And congratulations, you are.
Welcome back to the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. In-game promotion, a wheelbarrow race, and we lost a wheel on one of the second 2. And so we go to the top of the 5th inning. Nick Velasquez, Parker Burt, Abel Ramos facing Harrison Hofarth, who delayed his last warm-up pitch till the on-field promotion got off the field. The umpires letting him do that, as they should. The catcher, Lightgab, wasn't out there either. He was on base at the end of the 4th, so he had to make it all the way back to the first base dugout before charging in and getting in his gear. Lefty-lefty matchup to start the 5th, just like when Hofarth came out of the bullpen in the 3rd. First pitch, a check swing on the ground over towards 3rd. Nagler on 2 hops, throws across the diamond. Out by a half step is Nick Velasquez. Nick didn't quite realize that that ball was in fair territory until about a half second later, so he got a late jump out of the box. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 5th. Parker Burt with the home run back in the 3rd inning. The last run that's been scored so far in this contest, 5-1, Yakima Valley leads it. Out of the windup, Hofarth sends a fastball into Parker Burt. It's inside. It is ball 1. Rooker standing tall in the right-hand batter's box. Pippins wearing those green uniforms today. Gray pants. Burt takes a fastball inside, 2-0. White Pippins across the chest in block lettering and a stick with an apple hanging down on the left side. White numerals. 2-0 pitch to Parker. High and away. It was coming out of the crouch. Lightgeb couldn't get it before it rolled all the way to the backstop. Hofarth a little bit wild with the fastball there. 3-0 is the count. Parker likely taking all the way. He enjoys taking his walks. That's why the on-base percentage is still north of 500. Burt with a on-base percentage of 579. Standing tall, chucks the bat all the way to the dugout. He takes ball 4. not even attempting to swing there, Parker Burt. 4-pitch walk issued by Hofarth. Parker's been on all 3 times tonight so far. Drawing now. Wow, I didn't include his walks number on my prep sheet. That's a little odd, considering he's got the highest on base percentage on the team. Darn, I was about to sound smart. Obvel Ramos digs in the right-hand batter's box. Hofarth back to the stretch. First pitch. Obvel out to center field. Hearn coming in. Parker halfway to second, but he will retreat as the ball is caught out in center field by Hearn. So the 2 times there have been outs in this inning, they've come on the first pitch. A 4-pitch walk to Parker Burt sandwiched in between outs number 1 and 2. Here's Luis Garcia. Garcia has been on once today, a double in the second. He scored a run. He popped up to the shortstop to end the 3rd inning. Hofarth, first pitch. Garcia takes a strike at the top of the zone, 0-1. Love to see Luis find green grass here. Parker not the fleetest of foot, but anything to the track, you'd have runners at second and third. A check over to first. Parker lunges in on 1 step. He is safe. No balls and a strike, still to count. Sun setting beyond our left, third base side. 0-1. Garcia fouls straight back. Just got under that fastball. So it's now 0-2. Not quite like in Yakima, where you have the ridges and the mountains protecting you from the sun at the end of the day. If you're in right field or on the right side of the infield, you're going to have a tough time seeing for a little while. 0-2 to Garcia. Luis cranks one out towards shallow left field, charging over Wattis, now charging over Peraza, the shortstop. In left field, the shortstop makes the catch. Peraza ran a long way, but Garcia out to Peraza for the 2nd time today. Halfway home here in Ridgefield, 5-1 the score. Bottom of the 5th is next. Pippins lead it by 4.
Raptors 120. Cricket and ages 7-14. You can sign up for a baseball or softball camp presented by the College Alliance and alongside it. Learn correctly from Raptors Players Inc. Sign up today. Raptors.com. Raptors are teaming up once again with Burgerville. Bring back Raptors Kids Club this season. It's available for kids 12 and under. Get free tickets to select games, your lunchbox or drawstring bag, discounted Raptors gear, and much more when you join. You can sign up today at RidgefieldRaptors.com. Make sure you sign up quickly because the first Kids Club game is next Friday, June 9th.
Welcome back to the Rourke. Yakima Valley leading it 5-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Halfway home, that means we're going to take a look at the scores around the rest of the West Coast League. Top of the 6th inning, Edmonton leading Victoria 5-1 up at Remax Field. The Riverhawks getting ready to host the Pippins tomorrow. They are 3-7 on the year, trying to get to their 4th win tonight. Bottom of the 5th, down the road in Corvallis, the Knights lead at 1-0 over the Marion Berries. Bottom of the 5th, north of the border again, Walla Walla leads it at Kelowna 6-1. Bottom of the 5th inning in Wenatchee, Springfield and the Apple Sox tied at 1. Top of the 4th inning, Kamloops hosting Port Angeles. The Lefties lead at 8-1 over the North Paws. Bottom of the 4th inning in Bellingham, Nanaimo trailing the Bells 1-0 as Bodie Ramsey starts off the bottom of the 5th inning to Reed Farrell with ball 1 outside. Top of the 4th inning in Vince Guinness Stadium, a non-league game between the Portland Gherkins and the Bend Elks. The Gherkins lead it 2-0 down there in Bend. 1-0 pitch outside, 2-0. And in Portland, the Gresham Grey Wolves and the Portland Pickles currently scoreless in the top of the 3rd. A couple of non-leagues happening here this Thursday night. 2-0 on the ground foul past third base. Farrell struck out swinging back in the 2nd inning. And so some scores to look at if you're Ridgefield or Yakima Valley. The Raptors currently with the best record in the West Coast League at 8-3, Nanaimo trailing right now at Bellingham. 2-1, downstairs, 3-1. The Night Owls are 7-4 and a half game back of the Wenatchee Apple Sox in the north. Wenatchee, of course, tied with Springfield right now. 3-1. Breaking ball fouled at the dish. It's now a full count. Walla Walla trying to pick up their 8th win of the season tonight after starting the year 0-2 against the Yakima Valley Pippins. They're up in Kelowna. They lead at 6-1, bottom of the 5th. If Ridgefield loses tonight, then there would be a tie at the top of the division. 3-2 on the ground out towards Daichi. 3 hops he gathers, throws it across to Velasquez, who drug the toe across the bag for out number 1. Pippins cannot get back up into first place tonight. They have 5 losses. Ridgefield would only have 4. But if you get a weekend sweep over the Riverhawks and you get some help, you never know what'll happen in the South Division. A lot of teams above 500 in the South. First pitch swinging from the top of the order, Jace Nagler. Going to charge in Almeida. Tough play. He throws on the run, and he gets the out as Almeida, with his momentum, ends up all the way at first base. Couple of ground outs here in the 5th. The Raptors, with 2 away, send up Michael Perazzo. The only 2 teams below 500 in the South are the Bend Elks at 3-6. They're playing non-leagues yesterday and today. And the Springfield Drifters, who are 3-8 down at the bottom of the league. First pitch to Michael Perazzo on the ground out towards second. Diving stop by Hubka. He scrambles to his feet. He sends it to first. Great play by the Pippins infield. A grounder to third, a grounder to short, a grounder to second. 1, 2, 3, go the Raptors. We go to the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left on the base paths. Yakima Valley leads at 5-1 here in Ridgefield.
Game left is on that left field bird. Yes, I'm first throwing it behind the plate. It's happening. And he pocket piece. Fun. Our t-shirt is sponsored by the Cowlitz Indian Tribe and A1A. I'm supporters of yours, Jimmy. All the fashion critics are in agreement. They're raving about the all-new lineup of Raptors gear. So swing by the merchandise store on the left field concourse and check out that all-new lineup. Hats and hoodies, the tees, and more. We've got everything you need to rep Southwest Washington's home team in style. Don't miss out. Grab your favorites before they're gone. Pitching change 33, Boston Jensen. Thank you. Boston Jensen, you can pitch for the Raptors. Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Raptors, number 33, Boston Jensen. For run. Cooper Oakford. His longest outing of the year, Boston Jensen, making his 4th appearance this season. Utah Tech commit. Spent 3 years at college in Southern Nevada.
Welcome back to the Rourke. Pippins lead it 5-1 here in Ridgefield as we go to the top of the 6th inning. New pitcher into the game for Ridgefield, Boston Jensen, who spent a couple of years at College of Southern Nevada, playing the 6'4", 240 arm on the right-hand side, facing 7, 8, and 9 for the Pippins. Derek Almeida taking ball 1 at the top of the zone. So Harrison Hofart's night is done, giving up 3 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts on 42 pitches. 1-0. Almeida out towards left center field, dying quick. Watt is charging in. He won't get there. It's between his legs. Almeida, a big turnaround first, but he will be content with a single. Derek's been on all 3 times tonight, a couple of singles, an error. He scored a run. Malachi Emery Henderson, 1 for 2 tonight, digs into the left side. 4th outing of the year for Boston Jensen, 4 1/3 innings he's worked, 6.23 ERA. Malachi takes upstairs ball 1. He does have a save on the year to go along with 6 strikeouts. He's worked against Nanaimo back on May 30th and back-to-back days against Kamloops June 3rd and June 4th. 1-0. Malachi takes upstairs again. 2 balls, no strikes. Native of Camas, Washington.
Jensen's been a fire rating. Got the Raptors out of trouble.
Longest outing on the year for Jensen, 2 2/3. Wave and a miss by Malachi, 2-1. That was the second game he pitched against Kamloops. Gave up 2 hits, 1 run, struck out 2. The night before, he only went a third of an inning, giving up a hit and 2 runs. That 1 hit was a home run. 2-1. Wave and a miss at the bottom of the zone. Malachi unable to come up with it. It's 2-2. His first outing on the year was in the Nanaimo 4-3 win, May 30th. 1 1/3, 3 strikeouts, no hits, no runs. 2-2. Malachi takes down and in. Ball 3. The count runs full with nobody out. Pippins haven't scored since the third inning. They lead it 5-1. Leadoff man aboard Almeida. The payoff pitch to Malachi, sent straight back and foul. This will find a home over on the soccer pitch. Count still 3-2. Malachi knows that the porch out and right is a little bit shorter. Payoff pitch. He's going to send it on the ground out to second. Weber flips to second. Perazo for 1. The relay on to first is not in time. Malachi grounds into a fielder's choice. Almeida out as the lead runner. So Malachi Emery Henderson replaces Derek Almeida at first. Now Cole Hubka, who is 1 for 1 today. A single, a stolen base, an RBI on a bases loaded walk. Hubka takes high and away, ball 1. Good to see Cole insert himself into this lineup and contribute right away. He's been left stranded twice. 1-0, stays upstairs, 2 balls, no strikes. Joseph Otso went 2 innings tonight, giving up 4 runs. Hofarth giving up 1 run in 3 innings. Now on to Jensen. 3-0 the count. And the Raptors in danger of walking the 9-hole hitter for the Pippins for the second time today. The first time was with 1 out and the bases loaded. This time 1 out, man at first. 3-0. Hubka takes a strike on the inner third. 3-1. He had started his trot down to first, but is called back. Jensen set at the letters. 3-1. Runner takes off. It's ball 4. High and away. And so Hubka draws his second walk of the night. He's been on all 3 times. The lineup card flips back to the top of the order. As now the first baseman Summers will tie his shoe while Lightgeb has a chat with Boston Jensen. Jensen struggling a little bit out of the gates, gave up a single, a fielder's choice, and a walk. Tyson Miller, 2 for 3 today, a pair of singles and a couple RBI. Tyson was in the batter's box back in the 4th. He fouled one off his foot before popping out to the shortstop. Hasn't affected his defense so far, although the last inning, all the Pippins had were groundouts. First pitch to Tyson, right at the letters, 0-1. Jensen gets ahead in the count. 5 runs now, 8 hits for Yakima Valley after the single here in the 6th. 0-1, upstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. Tyson's been a good on-base getter for the Pips. On base all 5 times last night. Did not play on Tuesday night. On Sunday was on twice. 1-1 to Tyson. Breaking ball. Inside, too far. 2-1. Pips have been very patient tonight as well. Saw a lot of early swings in the last couple of nights. That helped attribute to the lower scoring output for the Pips. 2-1. High and away, 3-1 the count. A walk would load the bases. Third base is unoccupied. Daichi Furuhata waits in the on-deck circle. Tyson with those yellow batting gloves that he brings up from CSU Bakersfield. 3-1. Down and away, ball 4. Bases are loaded for Yakima Valley. Only one out on the board. Daichi Furuhata with a chance to pop the top off of this game. Furuhata 0 for 3 today. Fielder's choice, ground out, strikeout. He came around to score, though, after reaching on the fielder's choice back in the first inning. That was the first of the Pippins' 5 runs so far. Daichi swings on the first pitch, sends it shallow out towards right field. This is getting down. Malachi coming home to score from third. Everybody else moves up 90 feet. Daichi Furuhata, after breaking the hit streak last night, starts a new one with a single here in the 6th. And now the Pippins lead it 6-1. Just a shallow hit ball into right field. All the runners move up. That means Hubka's at third, Miller's at second, Furuhata standing at first after the single. Nick Velasquez hitting for the 4th time, 0 for 3. Ball squirts back to the backstop, but no advance by Hubka at third. 1-0 as the pitch was in the dirt. Chance for Nick to break his 0 for tonight. The groundouts were to second and third. The strikeout was swinging back in the third. Middle infield playing back, trying for a double play. The corner infield has come in. Another ball that nearly got away from Lightgeb as it's inside to Velasquez, 2-0. Jensen crossing up his catcher, the backstop from Michigan. Hearing in for the sign, Jensen now comes set in the middle of the rubber. Gloves set at the belly. 2-0 downstairs. The count now 3-0. The ball was rolling around in front of the apron. No place to put Nick Velasquez. Pippins have already drawn one bases loaded walk tonight. That was back in the 2nd inning. Jensen struggling with the strike zone here. 3-0 pitch. Taking all the way Velasquez. Made him throw a strike. It's 3-1. Nick can be selective here, finding a spot he likes. 9 hits for Yakima Valley. The 3-1. Nick goes fishing. It's downstairs, but he swung through it. 3-2 the count. You've got Hubka at third, Miller at second, Furuhata at first. Nick Velasquez with 1 away and the bags juiced. The pitch from Jensen outside and down, ball 4. Pippins extend the lead 7-1. The second time they've drawn a bases loaded walk tonight. It comes in the 6th. And now we're going to have a visit on the hill by the Raptors. Hubka crosses the plate to score. Pippins with 2 on the board so far here in the 6th. There's still only 1 away. Parker Burt, the designated hitter. The 7th man to hit for Yakima Valley here in the 6th. Burt with a home run tonight, a walk. He also reached on an error. Pippins have been on base everywhere, it seems, tonight. The meeting breaks up between the Raptors on the hill. And now another chance for the Pippins to continue to blow this one open. 7-1 the score. Yakima Valley leads it by 6. We're in the top of the 6th inning here in Ridgefield. First pitch, breaking ball, top of the zone, ball 1, according to home plate umpire Thomas Glenn. Pippins looking to continue to feel good tonight after a couple of frustrating games in the first 2 of this series as Burt fouls one towards the third base coaching box. Coach Crustangel backs up, can't make the play. Count now 1-1 as the runners will return to their proper spot. You'd love to see this score or a bigger margin for the Pips hold and get out of this series with a salvage and have a little bit more comfortable trip going to Edmonton tomorrow. The 1-1, high and away, 2-1. Nothing worse than a long travel day before a game after a loss. Pippins already dropped their first series of the year. 2-1, cut through on a changeup, 2-2. The Raptors, the first to give the Pippins a series loss. Yakima Valley had beaten Walla Walla, Springfield, and Marion in their first 9 games. They took 6 out of those 9. 2-game losing streak entering today for Yakima Valley. The 2-2 to Parker is well outside. So now the count runs full. Bags are still full. No place to put Parker. He will draw his walks. See what the big catcher from Texas can do here with a full count and a Pippin at every base. Corners still play in. The payoff pitch from Jensen fouled off the bat of Burt over towards his dugout. Count remains 3-2. A couple of Pippins will head down and retrieve this foul ball. Pippins just need one more big hit to really make this almost unreachable. Second full count pitch on the way. Parker swings through a breaking ball at the top of the zone. Jensen gets a big strikeout to find the second out of the 6th. Bag still loaded. Here's Abel Ramos. Ramos is over 3 tonight, a couple of groundouts and a flyout. He had 3 hits last night. Big reason why he's in the lineup again. First pitch way upstairs, 1-0. Jensen has been a little bit wild, but with only 2 runs across so far, it has not gotten to its peak. Pippin's looking for that one major hit. 1-0. Ramos takes the breaking ball over the heart of the plate, 1-1. Ramos does have a bases clearing triple on this season. That came up at the Orchard during the opening weekend. 1-1, he grounds one past a diving Nagler at third and into left field. 1 run scores, it's Miller. Here comes a second, it's Furahada. The Pippins lead it 9-1 on a 2 RBI single with 2 away for Abel Ramos. A nice hard hit ball on the ground just past the outstretched glove of Nagler. 9-1, an 8-run lead for the Pips, and they've sent 9 to the plate here in the 6th. Luis Garcia, the 9th Pippin to hit in the top half of the 6th inning. On the ground out towards short. This will probably end the inning. The ball rolls off of the bobbled glove of Perazo out to second. Weber picks it up and secures the out to force out Abel Ramos. Call it a fielder's choice, and that will end the inning, but not before Yakima Valley scores 4 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a couple left on the base pads. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 8-run lead for Yakima Valley. 9-1 coming back to Ridgefield. Weird score.
Okay, do you want me to do promos or go right to the draw? And it's time to announce our winner of the drawing for its $20 gift card from the Home Depot.
It's nice, Kelly. I guess Kelly Sinat's listening.
And that gift card sponsored by Amplified Renovations, our guest tonight. The winner of the gift card is Jack Thompson.
Parks track, man, but not entirely sure. No.
Congratulations, Jack. You can claim your card from our that Amplified Renovation. Raptors fans, it's always a great day at the ballpark, and that will continue on our next homestand. Saturday, June 20th is another Chick-fil-A Saturday. All fans in attendance will walk away with a coupon for a free Chick-fil-A entree at the ballpark. Plus, there will be a limited number of Chick-fil-A sauces available for the friendly rights. Like the Chick-fil-A Cascade and Chick-fil-A Van. Making Chick-fil-A Saturdays a possibility. Rangers local wine night is Friday.
Welcome back to the Rourke, bottom of the 6th inning after a long pause as the offense for the Pippins puts up 4 runs on 3 hits. Bodie Ramsey back out to the hill. to try to get through 3, 4, and 5 in the Ridgefield order. JT Summers, Zach Wattis, and Isaiah Hearn, who are a combined 1 for 2 today, or excuse me, a combined 2 for 5 today. I can't do math right now. Ramsey's first pitch, high and away. Ball one. Might take him a batter to settle back into this contest. He was sitting in the dugout for around 15 minutes while the offense went to work. Next one downstairs to make the count 2-0. Wild fielder's choice, able to end the 6th inning for the Raptors on defense, and now Summers sends one foul off on the right side to make it 2-1. Summers 0 for 2 today, a strikeout and a flyout. Out of the windup, Bodie sends a fastball in, and it's fouled over the top of the screen, over the community building to make it 2-2. Yakima Valley 9 runs on 10 hits right now. Raptors 1 run on 3 hits. They've committed 2 errors. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bodie out of the windup. The pitch. On the ground out towards short. Almeida up with it. The throw across the diamond. And the out recorded. Summers out 6-3. 1 away here in the 6th. Zach Wattis, 1 for 1. A single. He was hit by a pitch but then picked off. Back in the 4th inning. He was hit in the back elbow, which is the left arm, and then immediately took off running on the first pitch he saw. Bodie wasn't fooled. He picked it off, and Velasquez made a good play to second as Wattis swings through a first pitch fastball from Bodie Ramsey. Ramsey only at 74 pitches, so a lot of breathing room here in the bottom of the 6th. A 1 breaking ball stays upstairs. Yakima Valley does have action down in their bullpen. Eric Anthony has grabbed a baseball and is tossing beyond the right field wall. 1-1. A breaking ball roped down the right field line. Well hit, but foul. This will bounce off of the sidewalk onto the road and toward the Pippins bus. Headed over towards the school that sits beyond right field foul territory. Loud strike. It's 1-2. A wave and a miss. Chasing an outside curveball, Zach Wattis. He went down to a knee. Looked a little silly doing it. 2 away here in the 6th. Isaiah Hearn bats with 2 away. He's 1 for 2 today. A double in the 4th. A fly out to left to end the 1st inning. Left on left here. Bodie Ramsey sends the first pitch breaking ball right into the heart of the plate. 0-1. Pippins lead at 9-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball rides inside. No, that's a fastball. Rides inside. Man, I got to quit getting ahead of myself. That is the 3rd hit batter that Ramsey has given up. Hearn aboard for the 2nd time today. Jackson Weber has a home run in this game. It's the only run on the board for the Raptors. He led off the 2nd.
For the solo shot back in the 2nd.
Weber with the bat parallel to the ground. First pitch on the ground out to Daichi. Picks it off of the turf, sends it across on a jump, and a nice play to retire the side by Daichi Furuhata. 6 innings in the books. The Raptors get no runs on no hits, no errors. They left 1 on the base pads. To the late innings we go. Pippins lead at 9-1 here at the Rourke. It's a wonderful Thursday to be a Yakima Valley Pippin.
Rallying, they're out there in the ballpark, ready to pull off of these speeds at a lot like the fan making some noise. Let's hear it, Raptors fans. Plus a free pizza. Later. Place good. Okay. This is right here in the street.
I'll send this picture, Grant Bastion.
Thank you.
It's a Papa Murphy's pizza.
Yep.
That's what it's saying. They're taking it.
Papa Murphy's is the official pizza sponsor of your Ridgefield Raptors. The best fresh made they picked up from your oven. Visit them at their Ridgefield location in Pioneer Village for love at 425 degrees. Fans, if you turn your attention to the right field berm area, among our guests here on Little League Night are the Gray Wolves from Glenwood Little League, who just finished an undefeated season at 12-0. Congratulations, Gray Wolves.
Top of the seventh inning here at the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreational Complex. Pippins lead at 9-1. Glad you're with us here on your Thursday night. I'm Harmon Johnsen. New pitcher into the game for the Ridgefield Raptors. It is Grant Baskin making his fourth appearance on the year. The California native, 3.1 innings of work, a 27 ERA, and 4 strikeouts. He has worked in games against Nanaimo twice and Kamloops once. Went May 29th, an inning and 2/3, giving up 3 hits, 3 runs, and 1 strikeout. The next night, went an inning. It was clean with 1 hit and 3 strikeouts. And then it all kind of compounded on him when, in a win 14-12 over the North Paws, he went 2/3 of an inning, giving up 4 hits but 7 earned runs. The game ERA for him that day was 94.5. But somehow the Raptors were able to come back and win that game. He faces 7, 8, and 9 in the Pippins order. Derek Almeida skies the first pitch he sees out towards right field. Farrell charging in, sticks his glove up, fighting the sun. 1 pitch, 1 out for Baskin.
At the plate,
Malachi Emery Henderson will hit now with 1 away. So Baskin really, that one outing kind of plaguing his ERA. 6 foot 200 southpaw from Arroyo Grande, California. First pitch downstairs to Malachi, 1-0. Emery Henderson's been on twice today. He has scored twice today. A single in the second, a fielder's choice in the sixth. 1-0. Downstairs, Lightgib trying to frame it, lost the ball, 2-0. Let's see if Malachi can find one more hit to feel good on this 3 games down in Ridgefield. Malachi not making the trip to Edmonton with us tomorrow. 2-0. Breaking ball fouled off the end of the bat. It's 2-1. Pippin's roster will shrink just a little bit when we get to Edmonton, not by much.
Tomorrow.
2 balls, 1 strike to Malachi. Swinging that turquoise bat still. 2-1 breaking ball right at the letters, 2-2. Malachi couldn't pull the trigger. 1 run in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third, 4 in the sixth for Yakima Valley. Only 1 run in the second inning for the Raptors. That's all they have right now. 2-2. Malachi swings through a fastball. Down on strikes for the second time tonight. 2 away in the top of the 7th, and now Cole Hubka. Still perfect in his batting average. He's been walked twice. He picked up a single back in the 4th. Hubka stole a bag back in the 4th as well. He came around to score in the 6th. Been very productive out of the 9-hole. First pitch, down across the carpet, 1-0. Cole being what you want as a second leadoff hitter down in the 9-hole, making his Pippins debut tonight. Waves through a breaking ball as the bottom drops out, 1-1. A little bit of a breeze picking up now, coming from left field out to right. We can see the netting here swaying a little bit. 1-1. Hubka watches down and away with the fastball, 2-1. Jensen's final line tonight was 1 inning, 3 hits, 4 runs. They were all earned, 3 walks and a strikeout. Not the most ideal outing for Boston Jensen. As a line drive back up the box into center field for a base hit. Cole Hubka on for the 4th time tonight. 2 singles and 2 walks, and the top of the order comes up to hit for the 5th time.
11.
Pippins 11 hits on the board to go along with their 9 runs. Tyson Miller back up for the 5th time. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch to Tyson is a strike on the outer half, 0-1. Here in the top of the 7th inning, we'll stretch, and then the Raptors will have 7, 8, and 9 due up in their order. We'll see if Bodie comes out for another inning. He's at 78 pitches right now. 0-1 breaking ball. Tyson watches it high and away, 1-1. Eric Anthony was throwing for Yakima Valley a little while ago. Interesting decision upcoming for Kyle Crustangel and Ethan Salscheider. 1-1, down and in to Tyson, 2 balls and a strike. And I'm going to have a tough time figuring out who to talk to after this game. Might be Cole Hubka. Could be Daichi Furuhata, though. On the ground, on the 2-1, out to short. They're going to flip to second to get the lead runner. And the side is retired. Tyson Miller stranded on the fielder's choice. No runs, 1 hit, no error. 1 runner left on for Yakima Valley. Pippins still lead it 9-1. It's stretch time here at the Rourke. Enjoy Take Me Out to the Ball Game. We'll be back with more baseball here in Ridgefield.
And we renewed it for another. Yeah. And just a minute. Say again? Okay. Thank you.
Our radio.
Welcome back to the Rourke Ridgefield Outdoor Recreational Complex. Yakima Valley leads it 9-1 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Raptors have 7, 8, and 9 due up. Still against Bodie Ramsey, who is working through his 3rd time through the order. Only on 78 pitches, though, so the Pippins giving him a little bit of a longer leash with an 8-run lead. Pips need 9 more outs to salvage the road series here in Ridgefield as the first pitch from Ramsey misses outside, 1-0. Good response from Bodie after a little bit of a struggled outing down in Springfield on Thursday as this pitch is skied out towards right field. Garcia started in, now he drifts back. Into the sunshine, he comes in and makes the catch at the last second. A little bit of an adventure out there in right field, but it's caught for out number 1. Liam Ostrom hits now 0 for 2. Popped up to Ramsey to end the 4th, grounded out to second base. Back in the 2nd. Ramsey's been very efficient. Only 1 base runner is reached this time through the order. Breaking ball on the outer half. Started off ball 1 to Ostrom. Love to see Bodie get through 7. No Pippin has gotten even into the 7th inning as a starter as this breaking ball is swung through at the bottom of the zone. 1-1. This would be one of the best outings so far of the year by a Pippin starter. 1-1, fouled out of play. 1-2. I guess that depends on how you quantify a good start. Josh Mawhinney had a quality start his last time out against the Marion Berries. He's scheduled to pitch tomorrow up in Edmonton. He has 19 strikeouts in 2 games, but Bodie going deep into this game. 1-2, bounces away. It's 2-2. So do you quantify low runs and high strikeouts? Do you quantify low runs and long innings? The quality start metric is 6 or more innings, 3 or less runs allowed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Out of the windup, Ramsey sends it home. Breaking ball drops right in the bucket. Down looking Liam Ostrom. Bodie Ramsey, an out away from getting through 7.
At the plate, the right fielder.
Reed Farrell, last chance here in the 7th for the Raptors.
Tired 11 of the last 12 Raptors.
Ramsey now 5 strikeouts on the day as he gets a first pitch swing and a miss by Reed Farrell. The only hitter that has reached in the last 12 was Isaiah Hearn, who was hit by a pitch. That goes back to Liam Ostrom popping out to Ramsey back in the 4th. Ground ball over to Daichi. It is foul, though. 0-2 the count. Bodie Ramsey, a strike away from getting through 7. Would be under 90 pitches if he could do it right here. 0-2, Ramsey gets a foul ball out of play. So Farrell stays alive. He struck out back in the 2nd. He grounded out to third base back in the 5th. Bodie out of the line, the 0-2 pitch. Cut on and missed. Bodie Ramsey, 7 sparkling innings in his 2nd start of the year. 1 run allowed, 3 hits. And if the night is over for Bodie, what a start it was. He picks up 6 strikeouts as well. We go to the 8th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left on for the Raptors. Pippins bats up next here at the Rourke.
Special starting at Collins. Hello, Wild Wings. Go Sports Bar. The Ridgefield Raptors are excited to team up with Fiber Federal Credit Union to bring Fiber Family Fridays to the Rourke. Every Friday home game this season, fans who present a Fiber Federal credit or debit card at the gate will get $5 off their admission into the game. Plus, you can stop by their booth to enter their raffle drawing, bring swag, and learn how they can help you achieve your financial goals. That's Fiber Federal Credit Union, Fiber Family Friday. LA Fitness is the official training facility of the Raptors. LA Fitness continues to increase its presence by focusing on good health. Call Reagan and check out LA Fitness at their Hazelville location, 68, just off I-5.
Rose Real Estate Group, your local all-star team specializing in real estate sales, appraisals, and mortgage lending. Trying to score big in the real estate market. Picture the Rose Real Estate Group in your lineup. Graham Baskin has been a small bright spot for the Raptors tonight. A great inning. With a 0. Been tough sledding for him to start the summer. Ben Strutt now in left field.
Okay.
Things down. We had some changes.
Swap.
After Ben Strutt.
Okay.
Will take over in center field for Isaiah Hearn.
Your attention, please. Now playing left field for the Raptors, number 50.
Welcome back to the Rourke, top of the 8th inning. Pippins lead at 9-1. Grant Baskin back out there for his 2nd inning of work. Pippins slow out to the batter's box. Coach Krusty now taking up his post in the third base coaching box. 1 defensive substitution for the Raptors. Ben Strutt enters the game in left field for Zach Wattis. Wattis was 1 for 2 today. He was hit by a pitch back in the 4th inning. Daichi takes the first pitch, down and away, ball 1. Baskin a strikeout in the previous frame, facing 4 Pippins, gave up a hit to Cole Hubka. 1-0 downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. A couple more insurance runs would be nice, but at the same time, you want to save some of the offense for the Edmonton trip. 2-0, high and away to Daichi. It's 3-0. Again, for the Pippins, after playing tonight, they'll catch a couple hours of sleep, get up bright and early in the morning, cross the border up in Vancouver, British Columbia, hop on a plane, and land in Edmonton about 3:30, 4 o'clock as Daichi takes a 4-pitch walk. High and away was the pitch from Baskin.
Now batting first.
Nick Velasquez up next. Certainly will be an interesting day late tonight going into tomorrow. You wonder how much sleep these guys will be able to work off of. Hopefully, a few hours here at the hotel and then some on the bus as well, as the first pitch to Velasquez is down and away, ball one. 5 straight have missed here in the 8th inning by Baskin. It's about a 4.5, 5-hour trip to get up to the border, as Velasquez sends one straight back into the netting, 1-1. And then, of course, the process of crossing the border will certainly take its fair share of time. Driving then to the airport there in Vancouver, hopping on, I think the flight's at around 11 o'clock. Getting down, or rather up to Edmonton, as the 1-1, inside breaking ball, 2-1. I think the plan right now is tomorrow afternoon when we land to just head to the ballpark. It's going to be one of those that might be a little bit pressed for time, but should make it in time for the game. 2-1, right back where it came from, over the head of the shortstop Perazo and into center field. Nick Velasquez picks up a single here in the 8th inning. Daichi moves up to second. 2 on, nobody out. Pippins not done on the offensive side of the ball. A little bit of a chat out on the hill by Lightgeb with Baskin. He returns to his spot as the backstop. Parker Burt digging in for the 5th time today. Home run, walk, reached on an error, struck out. Thomas Glenn signals the defensive timeout to us up here in the box. And now we get ready to play. Nobody out, 2 on for Yakima Valley. There doesn't appear to be very many bodies, if any, down in the Raptors bullpen beyond the left field wall. First pitch inside from Baskin. It's 1-0. This is the danger zone for Baskin, probably being asked to eat this 8th inning. By my count, only 2 arms left down in that bullpen for Ridgefield that were on the lineup card at the start of the game today. They're both righties. 1-0, Parker takes in near the hands, 2-0. Pippins have action down in their bullpen. Bodie Ramsey's night likely done at 89 pitches. 7 innings of work. 2-0. Burt takes high and away, ball 3. Raptors might want to consider sending a couple bodies out there towards their bullpen in left field. Baskin struggling with the strike zone here in the 8th. Parker, we'll see if he even takes the bat off his shoulders. 3-0, 2 aboard, nobody out. The pitch, there's a strike. Parker made him throw one. 3-1. Daichi is the runner at second. Nick Velasquez is the runner at first. 12 hits on the board for Yakima Valley. Looking for a couple more here in the 8th. 3-1 pitch. This is outside, ball 4. It gets all the way to the backstop. Daichi Furuhata will stop at third. And we will likely see a pinch runner here for Parker Burt, the designated hitter. Levi Correa will come in and run for Parker. So a little more speed on the base pads for Yakima Valley as Lightgeb will head back out to the mound to burn another visit. This is the 4th or 5th they've used so far tonight. They're running out of them here in a 9-1 game. It's been a little bit of a struggle on the mound. Every pitcher for Ridgefield has given up at least 1 run to this point. Baskin has not surrendered a run yet, but with 3 aboard and nobody out, it's almost imminent. Abel Ramos due up now in the 8th for the Pips. Hasso gave up 4 runs, 2 of them earned. Hofarth gave up 1 run. It was earned. Jensen gave up 4 runs in his 1 inning. They were all earned as well. Thomas Glenn marks down the defensive meeting. That was their 5th.
7 walks. Jensen at 3.
Raptors have only struck out 5 Pippins batters. Corner infield playing in for Abel Ramos, who takes a first pitch downstairs for ball one. Shadows crept over the left half of the diamond. Center field, right field, first base still bathed in sunshine. 1-0. There's a strike on the outer half to Ramos. 1-1. Force at any base. Abel looking for some green grass. 1-1. Fouled straight back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ramos had a huge inside pitch. Jim Courtney barking some orders to the Pippins dugout. Looked like somebody who was getting ready to come out to be on deck didn't have a helmet on. He was signaling to the head. That would be Derek Almeida. 1-2 the count. The pitch to Ramos on the ground on the right side. Weber going to go to second for 1. The relay on to first is not in time. Ramos drives in another run as the Pippins are in double digits with 10. Correa forced out on the fielder's choice. Now the Pips lead by 9. So Correa out. Score at 4-6. Runners at the corners for Luis Garcia. Baskin about to throw his 32nd pitch. High and away. Good stop by Lightgeb to keep it from going to the backstop. 1-0. 10 runs on 12 hits for the Pips tonight. Offensive explosion here in Game 3. 1-0 upstairs, 2 balls, no strikes. Ridgefield will have 1, 2, and 3 due up in their half of the 8th, but the mountain continues to get taller. 2-0. Luis takes outside, ball 3. Baskin was shaking out his left arm a little bit. Feeling some fatigue here in his second inning of work. Ramos gets his lead at first, Velasquez at third. The pitch is nowhere close to Luis Garcia. It's ball 4, and the bags are reloaded for Yakima Valley. Getting close to the end of the line here for Baskin. This might be it. Chris Cota looking out towards the bullpen. Now Jim Courtney signals down there. Chris Cota wants a new arm to face the Yakima Valley Pippins. Top of the 8th inning, Pips have the bases loaded, 1 run already in, only 1 out on the scoreboard. 10-1 here in Ridgefield. We'll be right back after this pitching change.
Yeah.
I learned it's DeChico. That's a good thing to learn. And I say to me like that, you say this is not the best album. Morales. Great walk up so. Thanks, Mike.
Okay, yep. Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Raptors, number 8, Theo DeChico. That's correct. The Ridgefield Raptors are proud to partner with Columbia Credit Union to introduce Community Wednesday. This season, every Wednesday home game will feature a local Southwest Washington nonprofit. These featured nonprofits will receive a $500 check from Columbia Credit Union and the Ridgefield Raptors to support their mission. Get your tickets today and support great causes. Go to RidgefieldRaptors.com. Been talking about this local series.
I do the Chicos, right? Big time game. Bases loaded. It's a good one. 10-1. 16. Closer to 18. They're going to be that play. Just go right in to State College. Entered sophomore.
Welcome back to the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreational Complex. Yakima Valley leads it 10-1 here in the top of the 8th inning. Pitching change as the Raptors go deeper into their bullpen. This is number 8, Theo DeChico. Has appeared in 2 games so far this year. Went 3 innings against the Kamloops North Paws, only giving up 1 hit in a 7-3 loss. And then 2 days later, went 4 innings, giving up 7 hits and 2 runs against the North Paws back on June 4th. He did not pitch in the Port Angeles series, has not pitched so far in this series against Yakima Valley. DeChico will be on to get 2 outs with the bases loaded. The Pippins have Velasquez at third. They've got Ramos at second. They've got Garcia at first. And Derek Almeida in the batter's box. Chico, first pitch into left field for a base hit. 1 run will score. Pippins will hold up everybody else. Nick Velasquez crosses the plate. It's now 11-1, Yakima Valley going up by 10. That run will be given to Baskin. He's still on the hook for Ramos and Garcia as well. Malachi Emery Henderson with a chance to get a feel-good at-bat as he sends one a mile high back towards the seating area. This one coming down, it will land on the netting that protects the folks sitting in the expensive seats. Rolls around the net a couple times. Centripetal force will not bring it down to the drop-down zone. The kid's waiting anxiously for it to come down. It's not going to unless the wind starts blowing. 0-1 from DeChico. Malachi, another mile-high pop-up, but this is into shallow left field. Perazo over there. Infield fly was called. Malachi was out regardless. 2 away here in the 8th. Jim Courtney immediately pointed at the sky, signaling the infield fly. 2 away for Cole Hubka, who has yet to be kept off the base paths. Hubka, 2 walks, 2 singles. First pitch he sees is drilled out towards the deepest part of the park. Hearn chasing back at the track, at the wall, has enough room on the warning track to make the catch. Hubka out for the first time tonight, but the Pippins put a couple more on the board. It's 11-1 as we go to the bottom of the 8th here in Ridgefield.
Sweet. Brought to you by Big Cat.
24, Eric Anthony.
Thank you. Another long fly ball. Nice. First.
I don't regret what I said.
What?
Started that inning, we were under 2 hours.
Set that run points.
Then we'll hit our 3 hours. Actually, on 3.5.
I don't.
Yeah.
That's 5 hours to make for a flight.
You guys are like, what do you guys sleep until 2 a.m. tonight?
Yeah, sleep on the rest.
I'm good to sleep.
Yeah. I'd rather
I'm gonna do my work. So no.
You know what it is? You gotta bang out a story for this.
with your kids, you know.
You gotta bang out a story for this.
This is stock riding.
What are you doing with the guys who aren't going to Edmonton?
Wait, who's still
Hey, Eric Anthony.
any other defensive changes out there?
Yeah.
I'll do some looking.
Okay.
One of them brought up cars, and we have a owner thing.
Yeah. Okay. The same we even at the board. We can blame because
That'd been cool. Wasn't Seattle, definitely.
Defense is the same.
Okay.
they're singing along for.
Welcome back to Ridgefield. Bodie Ramsey's night is indeed done. He goes 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. A stellar start for Bodie. As now Eric Anthony comes into the game. Anthony making his 4th appearance on the year. He's pitched 4 innings with a 6.75 ERA. Anthony worked his most recent game against the Marion Berries, going 2 innings, giving up 2 runs on 4 hits. He also worked the middle or the final game in Springfield after working the first game in Springfield. So the top of the order is due up here for the Raptors, as the first pitch from Eric Anthony is downstairs for ball one. Ramsey, by my pitch count, had 89, but I'm going to check right now on the official scoring. It was 91 pitches, so just a touch over 90. 1 ball, no strikes. Eric out of the stretch gets a pop-up on the infield, now drifting back to shallow left. Coming back in, Almeida, the shortstop, back on the infield dirt. He makes the catch. A little bit of an adventure there for Derek, but he makes the catch. 1 away here in the 8th. Perazo is up now for the Raptors. 0 for 2, 2 groundouts to Hubka at second. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning. You might rely on Eric to finish this game and only use 2 pitchers after Yakima Valley emptied the bullpen a little bit last night, using 3 following Jake Cummings' good start. First pitch to Perazo, down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. You do have a couple other arms down there that could possibly throw, notably Dan Bradley. Francisco Lopez is good for an inning as well. But you also have to remember the upcoming 3 games in Edmonton as well. 1-0, high and away, 2 balls, no strikes. Pippins with runs everywhere. 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third, 4 in the sixth, 2 in the 8th. That's how we're at 11-1 right now. 2-0 pitch. At the bottom of the zone, called a ball by Thomas Glenn, 3-0. Right near the knees of Michael Perazo. Raptors looking for any offense any way they can find it. Ramsey set down 12 of the last 13 he faced. 3-0. Eric sends it home, and there's ball 4. Took a second for Thomas Glenn to relay the message to Ramos. He was about ready to throw down to third, but 4-pitch walk to Perazo with 1 away. Raptors have a base runner. Only the second walk issued by Pippins pitching so far tonight. They have hit 3 batters, so 5 free passes in total. There's JT Summers, has been held to a very quiet night. One of the top hitters in the West Coast League.
12 RBIs.
Anthony set at the belt. First pitch, breaking ball, strike 1. Across the knees. Summers came into this game second in the league in hits, second in RBI, 4th in total bases, had an 8-game on-base streak and a 5-game multi-hit to his tally. Check over to first, back in plenty of time, Perazo. Summers in danger of losing that 8-game on-base streak. Struck out, flew out, grounded out so far tonight. Probably hitting below 400 now. Came into the day at 405. 0-1 breaking ball. This might give him his hit. Garcia racing back to the track, but he makes the catch backpedaling. Halfway to second base, Perazo has to return to first. Luis got on his horse and made the catch. 2 away. Great play ranging out there by Luis Garcia. And now Ben Strutt will come in to hit for Zach Wattis. He replaced him in the field in the top half of the frame. So Strutt getting his first action tonight. Wattis went 1 for 2, was hit by a pitch in the back arm. Wonder if that maybe plays a little bit into why he's been pulled. First pitch, a slow breaking ball, hard of the plate to Strutt. Strutt a little bit of a ways from home, down in Arizona. No balls, 1 strike. Strutt will have to wait as the throw goes over to first. Perazo again back in plenty of time. Strutt holds the bat almost perpendicular to the ground, similar to the Ronald Acuna Jr. type look. Hands back, bat pointed to the sky. 0-1, another looping breaking ball from Anthony. It's 0-2. Anthony trying to build off of the 7-inning start by Bodie Ramsey, who is in line for the win. Pippins lead it by 10, 11-1. Anthony set at the stomach. Perazo is lead at first. 0-2 pitch. Fouled off the end of the bat, just staying alive is Strutt. Starting to get under the lights here in Ridgefield. Nice LEDs helping illuminate the field. Still feels a little dark looking at it from here, but we do have the lights on here in the press box. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Down and away, ball 1. Strutt trying to continue this 8th inning. The Raptors will have to play the bottom of the 9th for the first time this series. 11-1, the Pips lead. 1-2. This skips in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yakima Valley will have the top of the order due up with their last chance to score before heading back to the hotel, getting a little bit of rest, and then making the long trip up to Edmonton. First pitch tomorrow night, 7:05 local, 6:05 Pacific time. Got to remember, Edmonton is in the Mountain Time Zone. 2-2. Anthony misses downstairs with the breaking ball. The count is run full, and so Perazo will get a head start over at first. A couple of 7:05 local starts there in Edmonton, and then a 1:05 first pitch on Sunday to help the Pips get back home a little more reasonable than a later afternoon game. Anthony ready. There goes Perazo. The payoff pitch on the ground in between third and short. Daichi up with it. He throws to first, and the side is retired. 8th inning has come to a close. The Raptors, no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on the base pads. 9th inning is next. Last licks for the Pips offense to extend the lead. They're up by 10 here in Ridgefield.
We're trapped. You're near it and on your way out. Raptors, thank you for your help in keeping the work clean throughout the season. And kids, a reminder again, if you head out to one of the outer fields here at the Ward, you will not be readmitted to the Raptors game. Fans leaving the stadium complex will not be readmitted. We thank you for your cooperation. Your health is at the top of the Peace Health playbook. We're here to keep your family in the game. Peace Health, proud to team up with the Ridgefield Raptors and bring kids free Sundays to the ballpark. Harbor Food Service is proud to sponsor the Ridgefield Raptors. Harbor Food Service, inviting all of us to experience life around the table every day. And don't forget Chick-fil-A Cascade Park and Chick-fil-A Vancouver Mall Drive. Southwest Washington's only Chick-fil-A restaurants are proud to partner with the Ridgefield Raptors. Chicken tier roster and feel like a champion. You can order your favorites through the Chick-fil-A app and pick them up at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant by cheer Raptors to victory. Chick-fil-A. Let's go, Raptors.
This game, 11-run deficit.
Top of the Yakima Valley Pippins batting order, due up to hit here in the 9th inning. Tyson Miller, Daichi Furuhata, and Nick Velasquez, the scheduled hitters. We'll see if the Pippins make any offensive changes. Tyson Miller, due up first here. 2 hits, a fielder's choice, a walk he has reached on. His only out tonight is a pop-up. Chico back out on the hill for the 9th inning as the first pitch to Tyson is grounded out towards second. Weber up with it. He throws to first. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 9th. Daichi Furuhata still strolling up towards the dish.
How about him? The third baseman.
Daichi today, a single in the 6th, a walk in the 8th, a fielder's choice in the 1st, grounded out and struck out in the 2nd and the 4th. Daichi just getting the post today, committed to Northwest Nazarene. Congratulations to him, moving on from SWAC, Southwest Oregon Community College. He's ahead in the count, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. Outside, 2-0. Chico, 2 balls, no strikes. There's one over the heart of the plate to make it 2-1. Pippins, you want to continue to be good offensively, but at the same time, you know you've got the trip tomorrow, so sticks might be free swinging if they get something. DeChico misses high and in 3-1. Of course, if it's not going to be in the zone, might as well take. Already into the windup, 3-1 from DeChico. Daichi is swinging a miss outside, 3-2. Velasquez still in the on deck circle. Pips will not pinch hit for him. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Daichi. Bat on his shoulder. Payoff pitch. On the ground, hard pass. The glove of Nagler and into left field. Furuhata with his second hit of the day. Both of them singles. 1 out, 1 aboard for Yakima Valley in the ninth. Good to see Daichi get back into his hitting ways after his 9-game streak was snapped last night. Nick Velasquez in that left-hand batter's box. He's 1 for 4 as he takes a first pitch downstairs for ball 1. RBI walk with the bases loaded in the 6th, a single in the 8th. He scored then. Ground out, strikeout, ground out before that. 1-0 from DeTico. Nick sends it high and deep out towards right. Farrell on the track, at the wall. Velasquez back-to-back days with a long ball. Scratch that on my part. I got excited. It was Almeida who hit it. Velasquez goes yard. Who cares? It's 13-1. 335 feet on the TrackMan data. 15 hits for the Pips. That is Velasquez's second home run on the year. My apologies, Pippins fans. It's been a long week here in Ridgefield. All the offense compounding here in the ninth. First pitch to Levi Correa, the new designated hitter, hitting here in the ninth. Daichi was only about 2 steps ahead of Velasquez, waiting to make sure that ball got out. 1-1 as Correa swings through. Maybe this will spark something that'll help the Pippins carry some momentum up into Alberta. 1-1. Correa watches one high and away, 2-1. Yakima Valley only scored 3 runs last night, 1 run the night before, finally breaking through for a big number on the road. High and away, 3-1 to Correa. Inning continues. Chico winds and fires, ball 4 upstairs. Pippins continue to have base runners. The score was 4-1 after the second. It was 5-1 after the third. Ridgefield has not scored since that second inning when they got a home run by Jackson Weber. Bodie Ramsey was great tonight. First pitch to Abel Ramos, a strike. Abel today 1 for 5, 3 RBI. Ramos on the ground out towards second. The ball is bobbled out there by Perazzo. They fire it to second for 1, on to first, not in time. Another fielder's choice that Ramos is able to reach on. Correa out at second for the first time. Back-to-back innings. So 2 away. Garcia a double as he takes the first pitch downstairs, ball 1. A double, a walk, a fielder's choice, 2 pop-outs to the shortstop for Luis. 6th time through the order for the Pips. Next pitch downstairs, it's outside for ball 2. Chico trying to find this last out of the ninth. He misses downstairs with ball 3. Derek Almeida stands with a bat in his hands in the on-deck circle. Pips with 13 runs on 15 hits. 3-0 pitch. Garcia swinging, and it's out of play foul. 3-1. If this were earlier in the game or a closer game, you probably don't see Luis swing there 3-0, but 13-1, I think you can give him a pass there as he takes the next pitch well outside for ball 4. Well, if you're Chris Cota, you don't want to burn another arm. Doesn't look like anybody's throwing. You're just going to have to rely on DeChico to find one more out. The Pippins did a similar thing last night when they left Shifu Hasegawa in, despite him giving up 4 runs on 5 hits. The game was essentially lost at that point. First pitch to Almeida, a strike at the bottom of the zone. Derek has 3 hits today. He's been on 4 times. 0-1, DeChico looks at second. Second pitch now, wave and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. Almeida in danger of being the last out for the Pips here in the top of the 9th. They've got 13 runs on the board and only 3 outs to get on defense. DeChico takes a deep breath. The 0-2. Down and away, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Raptors have some road games coming up as well. They've got a road trip to Salem to take on the Berries and Corvallis to take on the Knights. 1-2, Almeida out towards third. This is past the glove of Nagler and into left field. Ramos held up at third. A single for Derek Almeida, make it 4 hits tonight for Derek. Bags are reloaded for Yakima Valley. I'll tell you what, after last night's game, Coach Crestangel had a longer chat with the guys, talking about little things. There's been a lot of walks drawn, a lot of hits in this game, 16 of them as Malachi swings on the first pitch and sends it out towards shallow left. Struck coming in, loses the cap, makes the catch, and the Pippins leave the bases loaded in the 9th after scoring 2. Nick, I'm sorry for screwing up the home run call. Let's just make up for it now by getting 3 outs in the bottom of the 9th. 13-1, Pippins lead. 3 outs left to get here in Ridgefield to salvage the series.
Again, if you get that out tonight, please things like Travis, Robert, Endervine, and a luminary's waste can. Thank you for your help in keeping the work clean.
Looks to be 19 Wyatt Robinson.
Yeah, and here.
Of course, he needs a catcher.
And that helps. That's pretty awesome.
Well, yeah.
Gotta get on base first for the lack of a catcher that has a foul. Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Pippins, number 19, Wyatt Robinson. And if you'd like to volunteer to warm it up, you get behind home.
Was this the same guy? No, new arm.
You are. Yeah, okay.
The rest of the defense is the same.
Thank you.
Great. Damn, pardon me, your job. Who is it? 16, 19, Wyatt Robinson.
And one scored an onside kick, and we're right back in it.
There's no save tonight.
Are you sure?
Well, unless it goes 3 innings.
Yeah.
But we are with the starters.
I think really. No Ramsey, it's where it's at after that for them.
Wyatt Robinson out of Olympic College takes over a whole lot of his Pippins up 13-1, heading into the bottom of the 9th inning. Series finale between the Pippins and the Raptors. Raptors took the first 2 games, won 4-1. And last night's win convincingly 9-3, although they
Welcome back to Ridgefield Outdoor Recreational Complex. Bottom of the ninth inning for the first time in this three-game set between the Ridgefield Raptors and the Yakima Valley Pippins. The Pips lead it 13-1, and so the bullpen will be active once more as Wyatt Robinson comes out to try to finish this game. Robinson, out of Olympic College, has pitched in one game so far this year. It was 2/3 of an inning against Walla Walla on Sunday of opening weekend. Gave up 1 hit and 2 runs on a strikeout as well. So the ERA is sitting at 27 right now for Wyatt, but he has not pitched since May 31st. Eric Anthony goes 1 inning, giving up only the 1 walk, did not allow a run. The Raptors have not picked up a hit since the 4th inning. It's Isaiah Hearn and then Jackson Weber, Brock Leetgeb here in the 9th inning. First pitch fouled out of play. 0-1. Isaiah Hearn today is 1 for 2, a double, a fly out, and a hit by a pitch. Robinson works out of the stretch only. Turns the hips twice, comes set on his right hip. 0-1, straight back, 0-2. He's trying to salvage the series after falling in the first 2 games down here in Ridgefield. Last year, Yakima Valley won 1 of 3 down here at the Rourke. Took one of the games against Ridgefield at home at the end of the year. 0-2, in tight with the fastball, 1-2. Wyatt does have a little bit of an electric arm, has touched 91, 92 at times, but the problem sometimes just doesn't know quite where it's going. Good opportunity here to work in a low-stress environment. 1-2, called strike 3 on the upper outer half. Hearn backing up. He is down looking. 2 outs to get.
Jackson Weber is.
Well, for Yakima Valley, they won't see Ridgefield for quite a while. As I pull up the schedule here. Jackson Weber digs into the right-hand batter's box. First pitch down and away on a breaking ball. 1-0.
Jaden Blaylock hit for Brock Lightgib.
Tips. Their next trip to Edmonton. There's a strike, 1-1.
Coverage begins tomorrow. First pitch, 6:35. Tune in.
And then they'll have an off day at home before taking on the Bend Elks for 3 games, heading down to Salem for 3 the next weekend, a week from tomorrow actually, to take on the Berries at the new and improved Chemeketa Community College. 1-1, looping breaking ball, top of the zone, strike 2. Weber disagrees, but it is a 12-run lead. Might as well swing the bat. Robinson takes a look in, comes set, the 1-2. This one downstairs. Robinson loses the cap. Looks to be a pinch hitter in the on-deck circle. This looks like Blaylock, who appeared in game 1 of this series. 2-2, fouled at the dish. That got a piece of somebody, kicked away towards third base.
Double and a strikeout.
These 2 teams will not see each other again until July. Ridgefield comes up to the Orchard July 7th, 8th, and 9th, which is the week before the All-Star game in Victoria. 2-2. This bounces away from Ramos all the way to the backstop. The count runs full. Pippins have Edmonton for their next 3, Bend after that, the Berries after that, and then a very long home stretch following the off day down in Salem. 3 against Wenatchee, 3 against Kelowna, and then 4 straight non-league games against the Dub Sea Fish Sticks, the Northwest Star Nighthawks for 2, and the Portland Gherkins for 1 getting into July. Payoff pitch from Robinson, slowly tapped out towards the mound. Robinson going to field it himself, throw on to Velasquez, and he is out. Nice play by Wyatt coming off the bump, fielding his position. Down to the final out, and Chris Cotto will send up a pinch hitter, Jaden Blaylock. DBU product. Digs into the right-hand batter's box. Cold after not playing yesterday. Lightgeb went 0 for 2 today, a line out and a fly out. He also walked. Thomas Glenn making the notation on his scorecard. Yeah, those 4 non-league games at the end of June into July going to be a very long stretch. It's 10 games straight at home for the Pippins to end June and go into the month of July. First pitch, high and tight to Blaylock, 1-0. And then it'll be 3 against Bend over the 4th of July weekend. And then these two teams will play again. Seems like a while from now, but it's really not. 1-0. Blaylock takes a strike hard to the plate. It's crazy how fast the season flies by here in the West Coast League. We're already on game 12. This is the 4th series that's going to be put in the books. 27 game halves for these West Coast League teams. 1-1 upstairs with a breaking ball. 2-1. Robinson shakes out the right arm, trying to maybe wake it up a little bit here as the night gets chilly. Started off the day at 77 degrees. Real feel outside now says 68. Blaylock takes high and away, ball 3. Robinson loses the cap again. He's got a big mop of hair on top of that head. He's got quite the velocity. That also leads to the hat coming off. 3 balls, 1 strike. Blaylock off the bench. Waits on the 3-1 pitch. It is inside, ball 4. The game will continue for the Raptors. Liam Ostrom still in. He is 0 for 3 today. Trying to break that. Pippins 13 runs, 16 hits, no errors. The Raptors 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors. Pippins not even going to hold on Blaylock over there at first. Velasquez playing way off the bag. First pitch, a strike right over the heart to Liam Ostrom. Blaylock could take second if he wants to. Pippins would let him do it on defensive indifference. Up by 12. 0-1. Outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Robinson still shaking out that right arm. Wonder if that means anything for the Pips. 1-1, 2 away. Man at first is Blaylock. Fastball pumped right by Liam Ostrom, and the Raptors down to their final strike, 1-2. Yakima Valley trying to salvage the series down here in Ridgefield before a long day of travel and a evening game against the Edmonton Riverhawks tomorrow night. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Blaylock at first. The pitch on the way to Ostrom. Wave and a miss. Robinson gets a second strikeout, and the ball game is over. We started at 6:36. We finish at 9:17. The Pippins victorious in this one, 13-1, exploding on the last day of the series to take and avoid a sweep. Pippins had offense everywhere, but the main story of this game is Bodie Ramsey. 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. 1 walk, 6 strikeouts on 91 pitches. Ramsey gets the win. He improves to 1-0. The loss goes to Joseph Hasso. He is now 0-1. Pippins, get ready to travel tomorrow. We'll talk to you then up in Canada. I'm Harmon Johnsen saying stay safe. Have a wonderful rest of your night. We're going to travel all day tomorrow. We'll talk to you from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Remax Field is next. Pippins win tonight, 13-1, salvaging the series in Ridgefield. Have a great night, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow.